As soon as they say this, sorry, they're going to be like, I knew they were Sudanese.
I knew it from the moment.
You're making us look bad because there's a bunch of nationalities here,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And all Australian. Come on.
I've been wanting a nose job for years, but no one was hitting me, so then I had to pay for it.
No, you need to be called out on what no one has checked you for all this time.
They barely knew that I existed, you know what I mean? I'm probably there for like cultural diversity.
You started off on TikTok, making videos, you found out you're funny. Well,
Found out you're right.
I made an Instagram page like maybe 2 weeks ago, and she's almost on 10,000 followers. I was like, that took me about 10 years to make, and it took you 2 weeks.
Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Disruption Podcast.
yes, sir.
We are still in Sydney.
We are. We didn't leave. We didn't run away.
have
We
no
didn't get up and
We don't
pack our
plan
luggage.
to leave.
You guys thought we were going to do one? We're here for many. We're here for many. It's no the Baghdaddy.
It's Chief Olasoji in the building, baby.
It's your girl Moeezy.
It's the prince. What's
Ow.
And we've got, to be honest, one of my favorite TikTokers.
Mm.
And
That
just
is
creators
such a lie.
in general. For real. Me and my sister giggle about your stuff, all this whatnot. We have Veronica B with us. Thank you for
Come
joining
on,
us.
come on.
This
Thanks
is
for coming.
so cool.
Yeah.
No one told me we were going to say nicknames.
Oh,
What's your nickname?
Go on,
Yeah.
hey, what would you go by then?
Well, I don't know. I would have practiced in the car. I took down a few examples.
What should I say?
Oh my days, man. I wonder, I was actually looking at your reaction as we're doing it. Your head just turning like a tennis match.
Why do they have intro? Where's mine?
This is so funny because before you were just learning our names. Okay, no, Carlos Daniel.
And now we've thrown
And then
nicknames.
that was a Baghdaddy. Whoa.
But now I forgot everyone's names.
Yeah, man. I'm done.
We got
I'm
nicknames up
done.
in here. We got nicknames. How you doing today, though?
I'm really excited.
That's what's up.
I love this. I feel like I don't know how to look at this. I want to include everyone.
Your neck, you're going to have to call out a chiropractor at the end of this, man, with that. Yeah. Well, no, it's very fun. I liked your reaction coming in. It made me feel like, oh, okay, we're doing this
This
all
is
right.
the coolest setup I have actually ever seen. It is the most professional setup. We have lights coming from everywhere.
Angles.
Different angles, yep.
Stop it.
Oh my gosh.
We try.
Like,
Nah,
I'm
this
so
is
happy
the-
I have a nose job because all these cameras.
That's the second person on this podcast that has a
1,
nose
2,
job.
3, 4, 5. Bro,
Nah,
there's
this
like 6
guy's
cameras.
Oh my days, man. Nah,
yeah.
it's that we try. We had to do
definitely.
it for the Sydney trip. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for sure.
There's no way we had to cut down on the. I think this is better than what we do
This is
in
better than what we
Melbourne.
normally
do.
to
Oh,
be
yeah, for
honest.
sure.
But we're kind of getting people used to seeing us away
Yeah,
from the best.
you got me. Yeah. Ounce. This guy, right?
You have standards now.
Yes, we
A little
do.
bit.
We have stands, dude.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's just on there.
Literally, it's just
No,
on the
you're holding
table.
them
Yeah. Oh my days. What's happening? What's today like for you? Is this a chill day or?
No, it's
Oh,
never a
word.
chill day. It's always chaos.
Yeah,
Wow.
mad.
Chaos.
I'm just a bunch of stuff that needs to be done.
Yeah.
Like 24/7 on. But that's the life of a content creator.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you guys would know.
To some degree. Yeah.
No, it's like always editing, admin, filming.
It really is.
Doing stuff like this. Like, I love it. But it's
Yeah.
like, and also, I never want to say no. Like, I
Yeah.
just want to do
Right,
everything
right,
right.
right,
You know what I mean?
You might as well.
But
You
you're
might as
doing
well.
everything alone, though, right?
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
You-
So no manager, nothing.
I was gonna say you don't have an agency because when I was like trying to reach out to you, I was like, oh, there's no email on this bio.
This is like bet.
It's like, okay, DM and let it get lost with everything.
That's it.
No, I haven't found the right like agency to kind of take over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I've had a lot of trials, a lot of interviews, but no one.
Right.
I'm like, okay, honestly, because you're just gonna be a number.
Exactly.
Like, unless, I don't know.
But you're definitely open to it.
I'm open to it, yeah, because it's getting too much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, honestly,
it's a
I
lot.
spend so many hours on admin.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's something we'll think about as well. We're probably not even up to that kind of level just like that yet. But
I
we'll
do
like,
full
yo-
time though.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
Yeah.
content is full time.
Yeah. I do it full time, and like, it's like whoever takes over your email, right? They're gonna like, what if no one responded to you, and they'll be like, oh, like she probably wouldn't want to do this or didn't want
Right,
to do
yeah,
this or
bet.
something. And I'm like, no, I
I'm
would
not
want to
gonna
do that.
lie.
You know what I
There's
mean?
also like I feel like there's a disconnect between management and the person.
actual person.
So there was someone that I hit up, but we were super keen to get on.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh yeah, I'll send it to him, and he'll let you know." They never replied, and the guy's in another country right now. And I'm like, you didn't know that he's traveling?
You know,
Like,
yeah.
the days that I told you, like, you could. Why are you giving me false hope?
Yeah.
Yeah, next week, maybe. Yeah.
I guess they don't care as much as
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
like. It's their job. It's their 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Like, no one's gonna care as much as you would about your own
Yeah.
stuff.
Would you ever consider getting family or like a friend
To manage.
To manage?
Chris Jenner.
Manager.
Yeah, what's your mom up to? They got a job for him.
I don't know. You would have to like trial it, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what I want. I don't know if you're meant to pick someone that already knows the go and has the connections.
Yeah.
Or
Or someone that has your best interest
Yeah.
only, and then they learn that along the way.
and then like if you do it, if you get a friend to do it, like how's that going to end up working?
Yeah.
Like working with a friend, and they're going to be managing you. Like they need to.
Like, what do you tell your friend? How do you tell your friend, hey, like, reply to my emails quicker? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, just
She's like that.
Tell
Hey,
them all.
reply to my emails
Hey,
quicker.
Veronica is not interested in doing this, but thank you so much.
I love this.
Oh my days,
It
man.
is a lot.
I don't know.
It will definitely take time to find someone.
I don't
It's
have
tough,
time
yeah.
to train someone.
Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
tough sometimes. Though. I think about the whole involving like people along the way kind of thing. I look at everything that we do, and we're actually also intertwined in so many aspects. Like,
Yeah.
Literally, what I was telling her before.
all right,
Our
right.
lives have.
Because I was like, how do you do it?
Yeah.
How do you have so many people? Like, we can't even get this many friends to hang out.
Yeah. No hangs make it out the group chat kind of
I'm
thing.
even surprised that this trip made it out of the group chat.
Forced it. Yeah. But it's always interesting. I'm like, yeah, like, you know, is it, does it like stop you or slow you down in any kind of way? Is it the better way to go? I mean, you can make it work and whatever, but I'm like, yeah, we're partners. These are my homies. We've got something together. We're doing this
Yeah.
pod together. Other things we're all meshing and intertwining. I'm like, damn, man, like, guys, like, do
No,
we
you're
need a
really
break? Or?
blessed to be able to have a group of friends that
Right,
actually are like putting the effort in, like to coordinate it and make it happen.
Yeah,
like you
fair.
guys have the drive to make it work. It's not easy.
Definitely.
It's mad.
There's so many failed like group
Projects.
yeah, projects that like just don't go because people are not gonna put in the effort.
Yeah.
Like all of you came to Sydney. Like that's a big deal.
And dragged an intern along.
How long it takes to
Dragged someone else along. We need an intern camp. we should
We do.
just set one up over
We
there.
do.
Man, I was just watching your videos before. Your videos are hilarious, by the way.
Thank you so much. I know.
The confidence, we love it.
I watch my own videos on repeat.
I like that. I
And
like
someone actually caught me once. I was at the train and I was smiling, guys. I am so proud of my work.
She's doing these ones.
I was smiling. And a lady walked past and like I had the biggest grin on my face and I looked at her and she looked at me and looked at my phone. I was like,
Just saw yourself.
I'm like, oh my God, I look so
Wow.
narcissistic.
I love it.
I feel like we all do that. Like when you put up a story,
Yeah, for
then
sure.
you're just like this. I'm a G.
Bro, I
You watch it
rinse
over
my
and over.
stories.
Yeah.
I rinse my
I'm the
stories
biggest
after
you,
uploading.
the eyes. I'm the one that watches
Yeah,
the
yeah.
stories.
I'm my first like.
Do you guys remember when that was like? Was it? It was either that it was a thing and people did it, or it's like,
Like liking their own stuff.
yeah, when you be like, you know, back when Instagram, like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
couldn't hide it,
Yeah,
or
you
even
could
on
see.
Facebook, and it would be one like, and it would be the person that uploaded it themselves.
Well, you gotta get it going.
Yeah.
I'll start off.
I remember even like I saw it. Was it? It was maybe IG. Don't you remember when like 100 likes was like crazy or something like that? Like you just drop a new DP or whatever, and like you're waiting on that 100 or something like that. Or
Most formal on Facebook, you upload your profile picture.
you know what I'm saying,
I'm about to eat tonight.
bro? When it's on 99 and I'm just looking at it, I'm like, I might have to be that 100. Fam.
Just click the
I'm gonna
like.
make a phone call to myself. Yo,
I actually saw a meme the other day and it was such a throwback. It's like, remember the days where we would post like 30 to 100 Facebook photos
Yeah.
after a night out?
Yeah. The
Now we
albums,
post
Yep, just
and
one.
it's like edited.
literally, yeah.
16th photo album.
Fam, the albums, yo.
Tagged.
I love those, man. I used to go through, what'd you do last night? Like, I'm watching all this stuff.
It wasn't even like birthdays, even sometimes. I remember we did a barbecue once, like back in, I don't know if it was a year.
Are you guys brothers?
Nah. Same high school. That's right. Yeah, we had a barbecue. Maybe this was year 9 or something. I don't know why we dropped photos. Yo, the school is
45.
sick of us. 45, you think more than?
Oh my days.
We even made a fake like
dropped the whole
album.
Part 2.
Dog, but we felt hot as dropping that album on people, man, and we're the talk of the town the next. You know what I mean?
my
As soon as the holidays, wherever you come back to school, it was popping,
Yeah,
man.
the boys had a barbecue and what?
Yeah.
What did you guys do?
It's mad. It's interesting times, man. The way it's all like
It is.
transferred and like you know what I mean, seen it through. What has your social media journey been like? Have you ever been doing it on the other platforms before?
Dude, I've been trying to make it and have that breakthrough since like year 7.
Right.
Since like you know when we all used to watch YouTube heavily.
Yeah.
I was like, one day I'm gonna be that. Like I want to be able to have that YouTube channel. Like, I've been trying. I used to do YouTube, Facebook. Remember Facebook back in the days when you'd
was
have a page?
popping.
It was
Yeah,
blowing
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
I used to try to do those. I actually did back then pretty well for what I thought it was.
Right.
But I think I was on the verge of like getting cancelled as well because I was pretty
We
raw.
like that.
Everyone was like,
They were ready for that. Yeah.
now everyone's so sensitive with
Yeah.
what you post. But back then I was making videos about like gender toilets and how
Is that stuff gone now, or is it still up there?
that is way deleted. Way
You
deleted.
don't want someone going
someone
back.
finds it,
Yeah,
yeah.
nah.
I
don't want
went
them.
to uni one day and I saw like my first gender toilet. Like that was when it first became.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to go to the toilet with a man. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
I want to be able to look at myself in the mirror, like not knowing there's like a man.
Just
gonna
post
come
it
out
up.
the cubicle. Anyway, I made a video ranting about that. Obviously, like with this world that we live in, that didn't go too well.
Yeah.
But I was like,
Didn't
at
go
least it's
too well.
getting views.
Yeah. Interesting. Right.
When you
Wow.
don't have when you have like the vision, but you don't have the knowledge of
Bro, how to do it? Yeah.
Anyway, like I've been trying to make it for years. I've been
Right.
trying to make content, and then in 2020 when COVID happened,
Yeah.
and like we got into like strict lockdown,
Yeah.
and you had nothing else to do. I jumped on the TikTok app, even though I spoke so much shit about it.
Got it.
That's actually how I grew my Instagram following, by talking shit about
talking
them. And then I went on TikTok and then just
I'm a fraud, guys.
Wow.
like, hi.
Yeah. Dang. So you're comfortable with dabbling into that? Oh, maybe before dabbling into that slightly controversial or like borderline. You just
I just speak what people think.
interesting. Yeah.
Like there's a market for that. Not everyone's
Yeah.
going to love what you talk about.
Yeah.
No,
And
definitely.
what was the
Yeah.
growth in TikTok when you jumped on? Was it straight away, or did it take you a bit of time?
My first video, I thought I had to follow trends. I literally did TikTok out of force. I thought that, like, all my friends were like, you need to get onto this, you need to get onto this. I was like, no, bro, like, your sister is dancing.
Yeah.
I don't want to, I'm not going to dance.
I want to dance.
Yeah, I was like, that's just not my vibe. I thought that's what you had to do.
Yeah.
My first TikTok was a trend, and I was like, this is so boring. I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't even know how to do a transition. Right. So my second video, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do what I normally do and do what I like. And then it popped off, and I was like, oh, I
Yeah.
just have to be myself.
And it works.
Literally.
And I just continued to do it. And also, I'm pretty sure I was like one of the first in like our community that did it. Like from like, you know, our culture, everyone was still like making fun of me. Like I'm pretty sure I got bullied for like about 4 months. Until
God.
everyone
Yeah.
else like got on the app.
Yeah. Interesting.
I think that was that you know with TikTok as well.
Right. Dude
No,
was a-
that was
what?
Daniel
It
as
was
well.
Daniel.
I'm
I
still
think
not.
I think we all claimed
I haven't
TikTok
dived
at the
in
start.
fully yet.
Yeah.
We all claimed like, who goes on TikTok, right?
I'm the one that I was like, we need a TikTok,
Okay, he was on it.
and I forced it, and it happened, and that's our biggest platform.
Yeah.
Literally.
It's
And I'm like, this
amazing.
place is amazing because no one cares about their follower ratio, so they'll just
changed
give you the
them so
follows.
much.
Yep.
Yeah.
As in from when
The
you.
stereotype.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Of TikTok, yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone's mums.
It's-
Nah, legit.
You know, as soon as money can be made from something, it becomes a little bit more legitimate. You know what I mean? And people can put something behind it, kind of thing.
The ratio thing that you're talking about, Instagram has like a cocky ratio. Like people are
Yeah.
still worried. They're like, oh, like do I
Yeah.
really want this person to follow them? Whereas on TikTok, it's like, yep, follow. Like no one cares.
TikTok, yeah. We spoke about this I don't know how long ago actually. Talking about like on YouTube, it's hard to really subscribe to someone. It's like
Yeah.
they have to prove
Yeah.
and actually get your attention to
Yeah,
be like, all right,
yeah.
cool, subscribe now, right? Whereas TikTok's like, you have it, take it, right? And then whereas Instagram is a little bit more as well. It's like, I really, really have to like your content for me to actually follow you,
Yeah.
right? And I think that's why our TikTok actually grew that fast. So we're trying to fix your mic here. But I was going
Bro, play it off, bro.
Just keep the cameras on.
Yeah, just keep talking, bro.
The camera's on her too. What do you
Just play it off.
No, people need to know what's going on.
Setup is professional. We are not.
Oh,
I was gonna quickly say. So you started off on TikTok, making
Yeah.
videos. You found out you're funny. What?
found out you're right.
Yeah, that's right.
This guy.
So what made you go full time?
Money
I got
made sense.
fired.
No way.
I
Really?
used to work in the events industry, and then I was made like redundant because obviously there was no events. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jumped onto TikTok after about a few months because I've been wanting this for so long. Like I was
Yeah.
ready. I knew that one day I wanted to do brand deals. I wanted to do this. I wanted to have my own show. Like I had this vision. So as soon as I had that breakthrough and I had like a following and like a community, I was like, this is it. Like I can finally do everything I wanted to do. And it was scary. It was scary putting out that first post saying like, all right, I'm ready to work with people. Like I'm ready for collabs because I'm like, bro, what if no one actually wants to?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Enjoy.
Yeah, thanks so much.
thank
Like,
you. Yeah,
we're really glad that you're confident about this.
We're not.
But like, because I had no friends that did this,
Yeah.
and I was just learning from like YouTubers.
Yeah.
Like I was searching
right.
how to talk to clients, like how to do this.
Mm.
And not everyone believed in me. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's something so different. Like if it's a different path, and because I wasn't friends with any creators, it's not like someone was there saying, "Yes, V, like you got this, you can do it." My parents are like, "What do you mean you're gonna make this a
University.
career?"
Video.
Like, they're like, "Go find a full-time job."
Yeah.
Even for the first 2 years, they were like, a bit worried for me. They
So
were
just
like,
this year. Is it-
till now. Till now, they're like, "Yeah, Habibi, what if TikTok doesn't continue?"
They just cancel TikTok.
Like they're proud for me. They love it, and
Yeah.
and like I think now they see how hard I work behind the scene and how crazy I'm so crazy. If anyone had like a GoPro of me
Just
working
following
from
you. Yeah.
no, I would be sent to like a psychological institute to get me
Yeah,
checked.
yeah, yeah.
I like yell at myself, talk to myself, I scream, I
I like that too, though. I'm not gonna lie. When I'm
Yeah.
editing, it's on the same thing. That's stupid.
This is why you're the way you are.
And then you ate that up, you killed that, just talking to yourself.
Do you talk to yourself?
100%.
How much do you talk to yourself?
A lot.
We have a couple of episodes. I was saying,
Wait,
like,
talk-
I'm telling jokes to myself in the car. And I'm like, the boys would love this.
Laughing at it
We're
yourself.
driving past and be like, "Oh, that guy's probably like, on
On a call, yeah.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah.
I talk to myself a lot, especially like I play lots of different characters.
With yourself or for the content?
For the full content.
I wish for the content and for myself. So like I'm my own manager, my financial advisor, I'm a therapist.
Oh, yes.
Like, I look at myself.
You make bookings with yourself, right?
Like I'll get like a Gmail saying like, "Oh, just a reminder, you have this Zoom meeting," and I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, "Hi."
You got a Zoom meeting. Love
As a
it.
financial advisor, you should.
Oh my days. That's the way. That's the
You
way you
have
gotta
to,
go.
yeah.
I'm interested in why you wanted that life from early as well, or even like what made you be interested in saying like, yeah, I want the show, I want to create content, all that kind of stuff, like
I
from the
just
jump.
love watching myself on camera.
I like. Hey, no, I like that. Then if that's
I
the
love making content. I love it. I love having like an edit to look back on.
Yeah.
I love entertainment and like engagement and like seeing people comment and then everyone's laughing with each other, building a community. Like I love it.
yeah.
I thrive and talking to people. Like as all of you do. Like how much do you love when you post something and you see that engagement of saying like, "Oh my god, this person's so funny." "Oh, I agree." Like, "Oh no, I do it like this."
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's so exciting. Like, you're like, okay, all these people that actually have no clue who I am are just interacting
I
with
just
this.
interacting, yeah.
It's like, it's kind of dope. Like, even when it's the hate stuff, when it's dope, I'm like, okay, well, the hate is good because it's going to push this up the algorithm. But also the ones that are like, yo, that's dope. Yes, I agree. Oh my God, finally someone said it. That kind of stuff. You're like, I said it.
I like when people talk to you like just straight up as well. Like, yeah, they really don't know you. Like going back to the person that told us to remove the background, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, cause we changed our background for the Podimo, and someone like commented, what was the
Get rid of the
get
background.
rid of the background, please. And I was like, I like this, like this interaction. It was like,
Let us know.
what did you say?
I don't know what I said.
I can't remember.
Something about soon.
Oh yeah. But I was just like, I like the confidence in that. I was just like, get rid of the background, please. Like, it's such a little kind of interaction, but for me, I was like,
But see, these
You
are your
clearly-
followers, they
Yeah.
watch you.
yeah,
Exactly.
you're invested at that point. I'm like, I like that someone is so invested that
Yeah,
they're like,
they
yo, I
notice.
love this content. Change this damn background
Yeah.
because it's getting on my nerves. But I want to keep watching you guys. You know what I mean? I'm like, I like this kind
It's
of
the best feeling. It's the best feeling, like knowing that people are recognizing the work that you're putting in and the content that you're putting out.
Yeah.
And of course, you're gonna get a few hate comments and that. I'm curious in terms of how do you deal with it? Because I think for us, we just kind of banter back when we get this negative
Yeah.
comment. What about
I
you?
got a nose job because of my hate comments. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I joke. I've been wanting a nose job for years, but no one was hitting me, so then I had to pay for it. Because then you get it for free if, like, it's like injury. But-
She did the research.
oh, that wasn't the question. What was the question?
How do you deal with hate?
Right.
Oh, finish.
At the start, I
Like
got
yeah.
really sad at one stage. I went through a phase where I got really sad because I blew up really quickly.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like a one-off viral video. Like I had a really consistent engagement and following. And the hate comment was unbearable because it's all the people in the community. I was really targeting Sydney and Melbourne people.
Yeah,
So it was
yeah.
all people that you go out and you see them. So everyone knew who I was. And And it's all people from the area. People were making fun of me, making fun of the way I look. It wasn't even like constructive criticism.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, oh, that angle, like I wouldn't sit from there, or like that confidence on that girl, or like, you know, everything. And I went through 2 weeks of just like crying.
Right.
And then, especially because you were sitting at home by yourself in COVID. And like, I think I make up a lot of scenarios as well. So like once I see one thing, I just create a whole entire thing about it. Anyway, after the 2 weeks, I was like, okay, you need to stop being a little bitch. Like these people don't even know you. I'm like, what are you doing crying to yourself? Like you have nothing else to do. And then I got over it. And then I was like, haha, engagement.
That's the
Now I feed into it. Yeah.
weird,
It was just 2 weeks of crying. And then I was like, oh my God, like what was I doing?
that's
Like,
it.
you weak little girl.
That's it.
Like get over yourself.
Yeah.
It's weird when it like when someone brings up something, because most things like we all know about ourselves, like I look like this or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like when someone brings up something that you've like
That you weren't,
considered
yeah,
about
you
yourself,
think about.
like,
Oh
I
my
thought
days.
my lips look
Yeah.
alright. what do you mean? Like why are we talking about this?
My mom's personally told me they look great. Like,
Cool. And that's like, oh shoot, like now I have a new insecurity.
It's so interesting that people won't like talk or mention the content, but they'll go for you personally, like how you look, or you know, your angle. That angle wasn't great. That personality was. It's like, mate, just talk about the content. Leave me alone. You know, I'm not sharing me personal. It's just, you know. But I guess, like you were saying, if you do have a niche and you target a certain group of people, they're gonna always fight back.
Listen, and also my content was roasting. So like I think they were
They're
just like
giving
let
it
me
back.
roast back.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
roasted
okay.
someone's appearance, okay? I roasted your fake Gucci bag.
yeah. That's that. Yeah.
But also people made fun of me in real life.
Oh,
Like
right.
I would go out and people would like actually laugh at me and I'm like,
This guy's laughing. Is that
I
how?
was like,
That's the first. That's the hit.
That's so wild.
That's where the hit came in.
Yeah,
man.
taking it
Seeing
off.
someone in public at a restaurant, you're like, oh my god.
I was
ew.
like, the audacity. This one person actually, I remember at Macca's, we were with all like, we were with the group of like my friends who I also met from TikTok. And we were doing, I don't know, we were just having fun. We were just filming a bunch of random stuff. And then these three guys were like laughing at us. But we were like, no, just keep going. Who cares? Like, who cares about these people? Afterwards, he came up to me, one of the guys, and like in private, and he's like to me, hey, like, I just wanted to ask you, like, how do you do it? Like, you know, how do you like handle the hate? Like, I want to be able to do this. I was like, what?
Yeah.
You're just laughing
You
at
was just,
me.
I came in private.
I was like, you and the boys, and now you want to do what I do.
Ridiculous.
I'm like, honestly, you just got to not care about these
Yeah.
people. Like, they don't really
People
know
like
you.
you.
I was pressured by my boys to laugh as well.
Well,
I didn't
personally, I
want to
love
talk, but
it.
they pay me $20.
Oh my days.
Nah, ridiculous.
Do the aunties in the community ever like get on you about stuff? Like, did they ever go like, oh, that's clearly me or something like that? Or when you
No,
make your
I wish
skits?
they said, oh, that's clearly me. They come up to me and
They
they're
deny
like,
it or-
oh my gosh, I love your videos. That is me. And I'm like, that is so toxic. Because I mock them, right? And they come up to me and they're so like,
They're proud of it.
so
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
They're like, yes, oh my God, I used to hit my kid with a frying pan as well. I was like, oh, that's so great.
You're like, I was hoping that was no one's experience.
Don't admit it.
Jeez.
Yeah, man. I laugh at how hyperactive we are, or hyper-reactive rather, we are as like society. I'm like, why do people get so triggered off of, like, I'm like, how does it evoke so much emotion from us? Like the content that gets created online. It's just wild how much, like, yeah, you're right. Like, you know, you'll see something that someone has said and then you turn that into an attack on that. Yeah, you hate that person and you turn it into an attack on like their appearance now. You drag their family into it. Their job, all this kind of stuff, You know what I mean? What you laughing?
Because the other one with the Arab community is like suddenly they'll attack your faith as well. Like they can tell you're a Christian or they can tell you're a Muslim or whatever. It's like the other one will just, and it's like, bro, where are we going from this? Like, how did this happen? It's just about Gucci bags.
Yeah, literally. Because I know, like, Carlos used to always say something of like, especially like, you know, like homies, you know, we'll get what do you call it? We'll have a little squabble, not a squabble, like it'll be a altercation or
A
argument.
little tiff.
A little tiff, yeah. Just it's verbal. It's only verbal now. And next thing you know, someone starts trying to get physical and stuff like that. Yeah, this is back in the days. But I remember you used to always say something of like, "Yo, why are you attacking? Like, why are you attacking me off of the verbal things with physical reaction, bro? Like, how did these words trigger you so much that you want to now attack me physically? Yo, this guy's been in so many fights with. There's one particular homie that these guys used to beef all the time.
I get angry. I'm like, bro, this is verbal roasting. You know what I mean? Like, how do we get the square up? Like, I don't want to do that.
You triggered them. You triggered them.
It's mad. This is like the guy that you at the what do you call it? The ceremony, the Arabic uncle behind you.
Okay, so we have all like this group of people. We've kind of grown into this ability to like, you know, when you start realizing I'm an adult too,
Yeah.
and you're like, these uncles are not gonna play me anymore.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And so it's
I
like,
am one of you. I'm sitting on the same table as you. No
Literally.
more kids.
Yeah.
I'm at the age where I can have kids, so now we're all the same. So I'm at this like it was what's it called? What's it called when people
The citizenship ceremony.
Yeah.
Right? There's this Iraqi guy behind me, bro. From the moment we walked in until the point where I lost it, this guy's taking phone calls, yelling for his daughter, 1-year-old running around the place, all this kind of stuff. Literally, yeah, like, and nonstop talking to the guy next to him, cracking jokes. Gets to the point. This is like an hour and a bit in. The guy opens up Facebook, is watching reels out loud. I turn around and like my Arabic is good, but
Yeah.
it's not confrontational good.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? I don't know this guy. Let me just.
Yeah, I
Part
won.
of my brain was like, I hope my mom and dad don't know this person. I turn around,
Abu Noor.
tell him off in Arabic, and like I'm being mad logical, right? I'm like, yo, like cut it out, bro. This is embarrassing.
They say how you said it in Arabic.
I told him, I'm like,
What'd you say?
nah, it's alright.
Just in case he stops it.
But I was basically telling him, like, bro, like, so embarrassing. You're making us look bad.
Yeah.
Because there's a bunch of nationalities here,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And all Australian. Come on.
Yeah.
This guy's first reaction. You want to go outside? I was like, let's go outside. And then I'm like, bro, you're 35.
Not taking any responsibility
Literally.
in that moment.
Yeah.
Killed
I
me,
was
bro.
like, but it felt so good. Telling off uncles is, oh my God. I could live for this.
Bro.
Live for this. Yeah.
Yeah,
mad.
you know what? But you're right. Like you've reached an age now where like
I'm not
you're
taking crap.
not scared to talk back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's not even about trying to be disrespectful about it
No.
too though. It's just like no, you like
Calling them out.
Stand
Yeah.
up for what you believe in and what's
Exactly.
right.
literally, amen. You know?
I'm so passionate about
That's
this
it.
as well.
No, it's even like no, you need to be called out on what no one has checked you for all this time. Like there's things that you're doing wrong too. Don't think that it's just our generation that mess up. Like nah, dog, you're not in a citizen.
Stupid too. Can you imagine I sat at your wedding just reels?
Yeah,
Giggled
man.
the whole way through.
No, literally.
I do get surprised when their friends don't tell them off. Like they sit next to them, not saying anything. I don't understand why.
Because that's the group leader. That's the group leader,
yeah.
bro. That's
It's
it.
him.
It's mad, man. But yeah, when people get mad and crazy over like socials, I find it so interesting. Like
makes it so
I've personally been like annoyed or angry about things that people have said. I'm like, oh, this is so dumb. But I'm like, just
You know
keep
what
it
gets me,
pushing.
though? People talk and say things with their face and their name to it. And I'm like, aren't you worried that this
mad.
is gonna like come back to you one day?
That is facts. Even when people like put thirst traps up, and then guys are commenting with the love heart eyes, crazy ways, and it's like,
Impossible.
oh,
like,
I love you so much, baby. I can't. Like they don't know this person from
Yeah.
Adam, and they're just
He's like, yeah, I would never do that. I would just DM them.
But like, look, that's the logical way of going about it.
But it's but that's fine.
No, you know, okay, like it's different when you know the person on the socials, right? And like you're gassing them up or you DM them, whatever. But it's like this is clearly someone that all they do is post this type of content on social, and they got a massive following. You're 1 in 500,000, and you're trying to. Like they're not gonna see this, bro. It's like, and like you said, you're commenting with face and name. I'm like, yo, and you look at some of the age. I'm like, bro, your daughter's seeing this.
Worried
Like,
about your
is
daughter, I'm
true.
just scared of my mum. It's
mad. Yeah, it's mad. I just find it so. It's interesting, yeah, that people we disconnect the online platform from like
I don't
real
think people
life.
care now. Like TikTok is just too fast. Algorithm. Our attention span is just like this. People
It
comment and not
disappears
care about it.
It's crazy.
Maybe forget that they commented on whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's mad, man. It's an interesting platform, though. It's mad.
Because I was quickly going to say, because when I was watching your videos, it does give me an insight of like the Arab community in terms of how you guys view things and how you guys do things, especially like with weddings and so on. Do you think is that your? I don't want to say is that your goal, but is that kind of providing insight to people in the community in terms of how they do weddings, or is it more of like everyone can relate to what I'm doing in terms of the content you're releasing?
It just gets views. No. It's like it's as I said, like my content is very much speaking about what people think. So I think
Everyone in general.
No, not everyone in general.
Everyone.
I actually got a message the
knows.
other day saying like I'm shining the community in a bad light, and I was like, yeah, look, probably. I'm like, okay, but like, there's a lot of people that like it as well.
Yeah.
It's just funny content.
is
Like,
It
just-
is.
Like, just have a laugh with it. It's not
not
like you
serious,
thought, like you
yeah.
probably thought the same thing as well.
100%.
So I'm like, I'm just doing it in a video format. What was your question?
Are you aiming to like try to?
Yeah, because I was trying to figure out,
Shine.
is this like I'm going to release content that everyone can relate to, or I want to
yeah,
release
I
content
love
that
yeah,
people
relatable
can
content.
Yeah,
Yeah,
relatable
yeah.
content. All right.
I don't think it's to teach people about the community. Like I make content about being Middle Eastern. I know a lot of other cultures relate to it, but if I say that, like I'll get cancelled. So I just have to talk about my own. So yeah, there's a lot of people that can relate.
Everyone
to
can
this.
relate to it.
Everyone.
It's funny though, like when we really look at what goes on in our communities, man. And you
love
just
it.
deep here like, yo, we've gotten away with murder with some of these behaviors, man. Like, it's crazy. Just literally unchecked. And then you look back and like, I can't believe we do this, man. Like the judgment with the wedding one, the whatever it might be. It's just like, we do this. This is how we're just accustomed to like living. And
And no one says anything about it. Everyone's totally fine with it as well.
Yeah, everyone just talks about it on the way back in the car.
but that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, yeah, are we?
That's a good idea. I'm gonna, that's
That's
tonight's
another one?
video.
That's a good shout.
I don't have any drafts. I don't have storage, so I just make videos on the go.
On the go, huh? Yeah. Did you say you don't have storage?
I don't have storage.
Instead of clearing up the storage, you're just like, you know what, let me just live like this.
post
On.
it.
Yeah, I live on edge. Like I'm like, oh, this video could be my last.
It's not because of cancellation,
Doesn't have an end
nothing.
date inside.
Nah, man.
It's just go, go,
It's,
go.
bro, once the gigabytes are done, you're good.
Literally, I'll be out and say I'm like filming something, and it'll be like, oh, no storage. I'm like, okay, well,
All right.
what app am I deleting now? What's left? The health app.
You know,
Okay.
iCloud is $4.49 a month.
I just have not made that investment yet.
You need to talk to your administrative
manager,
officer.
manager, yeah.
So maybe you schedule a meeting
to
with
your
your
manager.
the admin,
Yeah.
and then maybe bring the
I'll just talk to
financial.
myself later on.
Yeah,
In that mirror.
Yeah, bring that all in. Oh my days, man.
Do you have a favorite video up to date now?
No, I don't know.
You don't have
Nah,
You don't.
no, I love them all.
You love them all. I mean, I can see why, to be honest. Because like when I was going through, I was actually showing these guys, like, oh, this is funny. Oh, Daniel, I'm going to send you another one.
Yeah.
Then another one. Then another one.
Oh, I love that.
It wasn't
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm going to send you this one, and then you go scroll through. Oh, there's nothing else.
Bro, nothing
And I'm
breaks
gonna
my
see- you know
heart.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
nothing
It's
breaks
just-
my
I'm
heart
just sending you
more.
back to back.
Bro, you find the biggest kiki TikTok,
Bro.
bro. You
Bro.
swipe. Yeah, that's done. That's dead.
Yeah,
It's dead.
One and done.
Where's the rest? One hit wonder,
And
bro.
then unfollow. You
Yeah.
follow too quickly. Before
Quick,
you're like, oh,
quick
no.
class. That plus turned into the tick immediately. And you saw, like, wow, you're dead haps over here, bro. Shut
Bro,
this
when I
down.
see three in a row, that's funny. I'm like, you're
It's
very funny.
okay,
man.
we're on to something.
You're certified.
Oh
you
my
know?
days, man. Yeah.
I was gonna ask outside of like TikTok, because I know you were mentioning before you do like influencer events, getting people together. What else? What else do you do? Or like why
What else
do you
want
do
me to
those
man? I
type
don't
of
have time
events?
for all this. Oh my gosh, what else?
That's true. You are busy. You are everything in one. You are everything in one.
I just say social media, but it's like a bunch of stuff. Like
Yeah.
it's podcasting, acting, like
Acting.
Ooh.
I mean, that is what your
The TikTok,
content is also
yeah.
acting in the
yeah,
form
like I
too.
do.
Yeah.
I've been doing like ads, commercials
Yeah.
for a very long time, not through TikTok. Like I've always been trying to make like that breakthrough into this, like behind the scenes and stuff like that. Events is another
Yeah.
thing. I do like emceeing, like I host as well. I just a big
does
bubble
it-
of
does
I'm
it
not sure what's
all.
going on.
I saw on your story the other day you were thinking of starting your own podcast.
I really want to.
Yeah.
I really,
What's
really,
up
really
with
want to. It definitely would not be as professional as this. It would be like just my little road mic in my room.
Les, you're good.
By yourself?
This is the hard thing. This is why I'm saying you guys are so blessed to be able to have like a group that's committed, because it's hard to find people that are going to be willing to prioritize to do this at the same time as you, to make it into something. You know what I
Take
mean?
it as serious as
Yeah,
well.
and
that
like
is
meeting up, editing, posting, like that's a lot of work. And obviously you're not doing this for nothing. You have a goal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like with everyone's busy schedules, I can only really heavily rely on myself. For now at least.
That's true.
And like, I would love to be able to do it with like someone, like, see how you guys can bounce off each other. Like, you don't understand, when you guys hit me up, I was like, yes, yes, these guys are funny. Yes, I want to do it.
Yeah, that's good to know.
I love it.
Because I was kind of like, bro, is this like a charity works interview? Yes, fine.
Have it.
Like, hold on, these guys, all right, I'll say yes.
Fine. It can probably help my PR, helping out Melbourne people. Oh my goodness.
Do you ever consider doing stand-up comedy?
I actually just had my first comedy event.
No way.
Yeah, it was a sold-out event. We did it with me, Mahmoud,
Yeah, word.
and Asa Vibe. Yeah.
Wow.
So I've always wanted to create. My dream was to have a ticketed event for my followers. So some sort of event where I give back to them and they can actually watch you in real life.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? It's risk. I love doing risky things because it's like, oh, is this gonna fail? Is this not gonna fail? Like,
It failed. Nice.
I love it. I love doing things that people won't do because I'm like, it's too much effort. So like, I know no one else is gonna do it. So I did it.
That's the market right there.
Yeah. So I did it. It went very well, and it taught me that I am not made for stand-up. I think my calling is more of like a comedic host.
Yeah.
Like
Okay,
I'm more of a
yeah,
host
yeah.
and standing up there and being like a little Kevin Hart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also it made me realize that people want Selma more than me. You
Well,
what I mean?
okay.
Like, everyone loves
Right.
her more than me. And I was like, okay, well, if you love her, then I'll just give you more of her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's smart.
So now I'm focusing on her. I've turned her into a little influencer.
Yeah, because I saw you made a separate page.
Dude, I made an Instagram page like maybe 2 weeks ago and she's almost on 10,000 followers. I was like, that took me about 10 years to make, and it took you 2 weeks. I'm like, you better be
not even
grateful.
real.
Yo, you got beef with her. You've got beef with
just you.
someone so bad.
Sometimes I even get angry. I'm like, I can't believe she got more followers than me this quickly.
Hey guys, this is schizophrenia.
I'm angry.
I have diagnosed it.
Oh no.
Oh my
That's
days.
madness. So that was only 2 weeks ago.
That is wild.
That's
Yeah.
mad, yo.
Congrats.
Honestly.
It's fun. I love it. Yeah, but stand up, no, but I would love to do. I've actually even tried it for TikTok. TikTok Australia hit me up to do twice a stand up show segment on their show. So I was like on stage and stuff like that, which was freaking amazing. That was one of the best and coolest experiences I've ever done in my life, to be able to be recognized by TikTok.
Yeah.
For
The
comedy.
platform that you're literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
I was like, I'm not a comedian. Like, I'm not a comedian. Like, I can't just tell you jokes.
Yeah.
I like that because a lot of people on social media that make funny skits and clips and
think-
stuff, they think they're now comedians. And it's like,
No.
I think it's a very different ball game.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. That's one thing I envy with Sydney. The creator events, like as in
it's
the corporate
dope,
ones,
man.
like whether it's
Really good.
Spotify or TikTok.
Everyone's going on
or
right now with Let 'Em
YouTube
Shoot.
Yeah, literally Nike
Post up,
stuff,
yeah.
all this whatnot. I'm like, all that happens here. None of it happens in Melbourne, and they never ask us if we want to come here.
Hey, can I tell you, this is exactly, so me and another creator, Danny, we do, it's called The Social. And we started it because we wanted to fill that gap of these events that you're talking about. They don't invite everyone.
Yeah.
So I was like, there's so many, and like there's so many creators that they just don't even know about, you know what I mean? Like there are so many big ones that because they don't pop up on their For You page, how are they meant to know you exist?
Exactly.
And
That's true.
like they barely knew that I existed, you know what I mean? I'm probably there for like cultural diversity. so I'm
Tick
like,
the box.
we've got this whole other culture and like community that they don't invite because they don't know it exists. I was like, you know what? We're doing this.
Yeah.
So we host that event, and that's we've done it in Sydney twice, and we want to be able to bring it to Melbourne and different like interstate because I don't know, people just want it, and we realize that in Melbourne, people don't collaborate with each other.
Yeah.
And when people
It's
are like
harder.
shy,
We're shy?
yeah.
When people in Melbourne shot, is
As in with interstate, or do you kind of notice that even amongst?
very much okay. Sydney. Oh, are we going to get cancelled for this one? That's
Just do it.
all right.
Just
So,
send it.
Daily
You'll cry
Mail.
for 2 weeks and you'll be all right.
That'll be good.
So Sydney people, like content creators, are more competitive. Everyone's to themselves, you know, clout for themselves. Melbourne people, I think they don't even care to collaborate with people. Like they're just very much like, oh, like I'm in my own lane, like I'm happy. Perth, they don't even like, whoa. I don't even know if they know any other content creator exists.
Yeah,
Queensland,
tapped into
they're
Perth.
just doing their own.
Yeah.
Queensland are
It's
just
like
Queensland is
They're the
living
happiest. They're
life.
just-
They're the happiest.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, they are.
100%.
they come to Sydney and they hate it. Where was this
Interesting.
going?
About the
do
collaboration.
the content creation
Yeah.
stuff,
Social.
the social. We want to take it to Melbourne because there's like a lot of people in Melbourne that are saying like, oh, we want to be able to meet each other, and there's so many. Like, how many creators have you actually collaborated with in Melbourne?
I think this is the thing. I think we definitely do a lot of collaboration down in Melbourne, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, there's not. It's only now we're doing a lot more formal organization of that, right? I think what's good about here in Sydney is you have both the ones where you're doing it for the scene, so like the social, where you put together. I think you said, was it Danny or?
Yeah, Danny.
So you're putting that together and you're doing that for people that aren't hit up by the corporates, but then you also do have the corporate events as well.
Yeah.
Where it's like
So you
Melbourne is
bring the two.
completely silent because it's like we're only doing ourselves,
Yeah.
and even then like I know someone who has he does events and they're pretty dope, and he just did a recent trip to the snow, and it was actually really big, like brought hella people together, everyone went to the snow kind of thing.
Amazing.
But it's like for the most part, starting off, it's really still only your smaller circle, and then it starts to grow. I think we're budding right now, especially like after mid last year. We're picking it up a bit more of like, all right, let's try and actually connect with, I don't know, the arts peak body in Victoria, or that's what's happening now.
Like door to open.
Yeah.
That's
like,
it.
for
sure.
Yeah. So but it is for the like I think like we've had a bunch of different creators on like on our pod. We've ventured out into going on other people's platforms and stuff like that.
That's amazing.
When it comes to like events and bringing people together, I think they're very, very, few and far between, spread out kind of thing, and they're not as big a scale. Like at the end of the day,
Sydney's the hub for it.
That's
where
what it is.
Sydney is.
Everyone
it
comes
is.
and flies in for it.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, Melbourne doesn't have that corporate backing just yet.
but that's like why we're like, yo, let's come to here. Because we've waited for some people to come down. Yo, oh, you're here, cool. Let's try to set something up. They're here for 2 days. We couldn't even pattern it up. We're like, you know what? Let's go there, sort something out, and at least just get something bubbling within what's going on here. Let people realize, yo, Melbourne, nah, man, we're here. Knock. Hey, open the door. We're here too, kind of thing. So we'll see where it goes.
So
Yeah.
the social's gonna come down to Melbourne
That'd
and
be
then
sick.
create a scene for Melbourne, or is
Yeah, we really want to.
Broadmeadows is gonna go crazy.
That's the thing, because no one's doing it there. And we know we've got that Sydney back. We've created the name for it. People know what we do. We want to bring it to Melbourne to like just better enhance that community, bring us all together, and meet the people that you all see on your For You page, the people that you comment and support. Like, just bring them all together, meet in real life.
People get gassed, man. I remember.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Who was it, man? Oh, it was maybe like, I don't know if it was one of my sisters or like someone else where I think we interviewed someone.
Martinez.
Oh, it was so funny.
He's hilarious.
He
You
is.
Lost her mind when she said, "Oh, we had him on."
realize how young he is.
Yeah, we
very.
lost our minds when he said, "Well, he says
Very.
like what,
19?
19." I said, "Bro, get off here, man. You're making me feel old. Get out of here right now." But it's crazy. Like, there's people that you're seeing constantly. I think we even had an event once, and I was saying hey to someone that we've interacted with. We're cool. One of my sisters lost their minds too because they're like, "Yo, you know." I'm like, yeah, there is a interesting thing where like people are doing things, and there is a elevation of like everyone's like, yo, you actually like
Status. Or
you know what I mean? It's like, a little bit of that added to it, and it's like now creating an event where all these people are together, people lose their minds.
Yeah.
The people will
It would be
lose their
great.
minds.
It
Like,
would
There's a bunch of clout in one room.
yeah. See, that's
no
the
one's
thing.
head fisted the
Everyone's
door.
doing that. Everyone's doing that trend where it's like, I pass the phone to, and they're like, get that person.
Oh yeah.
See, yeah, there's an element of me that hates the aspect of like events because there's clout. Like you think of like, what is it? The Rock Nation brunch.
Right, yeah.
Where it's like, there's nothing going on at this brunch, but everyone's here,
But
so it looks
everyone's
crazy.
here.
The
There's
photos,
big names.
Like,
the
what you guys talk
photos,
about?
the video. Yeah,
For sure.
this no one really cared about the food
Yeah,
or even
yeah.
getting together, but it looks crazy on socials. It
That's the thing. You
creates
got to
that.
create FOMO.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
if whether people like, there's a lot of people obviously that came that don't support me or Danny or don't care
Yeah.
about us, but they're coming because of FOMO and
That's
because of
what
the
I'm
people
saying,
that are
yeah.
coming. You know what I mean? And also, it's a great opportunity for growing up. Like as I said, it's taken me that long to have that breakthrough on TikTok. Like I wish someone invited me to an event, saw me trying to get somewhere, was like, hey, like V, we noticed you're doing this. Like, how about you come to one of these events? Like no one did that for me.
Yeah.
So I was like, as soon as I got a platform and was invited to events, from the moment I got invited to my first event, I was like, I want to +1.
Yeah.
I didn't even +1 my friends. The first year, whoever I +1'd was people that I saw were trying to make it.
Yeah.
And I was
I
like,
love that.
because I want to be able to open the door for people. I feel like you give and it will come back to
Yeah,
you.
for sure.
Whether or not these people will do it back to me, 50% of the time they won't. But I'm like, at least I know that I'm using my platform for good and giving people the opportunity to just get your foot in the door. I know how hard it is. It is really hard.
I love that because a lot of the times it would go the opposite way. You know, when people are trying to climb the ladder, they'll be open to collabing, they'll reply to your emails, they'll jump on podcasts and everything. But as soon as they get that brand deal, it's like, yep, you can't even get in contact with them. You can't get a reply out of them at all. And then all of a sudden, you know, and like you kind of get it in a way, but then you don't, because it's like, okay, this person really was grinding, they were trying, they had to open doors that no one would open for them. And I guess once they got that deal, they were like, okay, you have to do the same to get there. But it's also like, if you got an opportunity, why not present it to someone else, you know?
Not everyone's willing to help you. And I think it comes from like, I come from a very, my family is very humbling of me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like they make me, like they humble me.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
You have
And
to,
like
yeah,
our
yeah.
upbringing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I had to work very hard to where I am. And also I think it's the spiritual upbringing that I have. And like, you know, I thank God for everything that I have for me now. It can be taken away in 1 second. So I'm like, do as much as you can and be grateful for what you have and do good with, don't be selfish, don't be greedy. And I don't know, God will repay for what you're doing.
Yeah,
I like that because that's a lot of the mentality that I think about when it comes to these things, where it's like enjoy the ride and the high of the ride as well, but realize that as you're doing it, be building something along the way, kind of thing, right? Like, and I think a lot of people wouldn't think that is the perspective that a lot of people do have when they're creating these things or creating content. It's like some of it, people are like, oh, you know, you're just doing your thing, and it's a very solo. You're thinking about you and what it brings for you, kind of thing. But there's a lot of element where it's like it is enjoyable to do these things because you know what you know behind the scenes what it has meant for other people. Because like as you were talking, I'm thinking about like, oh damn, there's a bunch of people that we've actually been able to give opportunity to do this, do that, do this, do that, and then now I'm seeing what they're doing with that as well, and I'm like, oh damn, like this is actually kind of sick. What has been like almost like planted within you through the experience of this, and now you're doing your own kind of thing there. I'm like, that is beautiful when you realize that is what you can actually do with this, as well as, you know, the events and the happiness and all that comes with it.
There's also another aspect of like, in terms of the longevity thing, is like when you become known as like this person shows love, you know, and this person is genuinely great every time I come across them. They're kind every time. It's like that in the long term pays off a millionfold.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a nice reputation to have.
But not everyone sees, I guess, the kindness. People
100%.
always think that there's an ulterior motive.
Yeah.
For sure.
Which sometimes there
Because
is.
some people are even burnt by ulterior motives as well.
You're doing it for a reason, but it doesn't have to be a malicious
Yeah.
motive.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like coming, okay, for instance, here. Like you invited me for a reason. Obviously, like you're kind people. Like you're like, yep, cool. We want to bring this girl. Like, you know, whatever. She's relevant now as well, and it's all that's okay. That's normal. That's collaboration.
Yeah.
You're not going to invite someone that's irrelevant. Like, what's the point of that? You know what I mean?
There's a Veronica out there that has 3,000 followers, and we don't want
No,
it.
Not relevant right now.
But that doesn't mean you're doing it with a malicious interior motive. Like, you're doing it for a goal. Obviously, there's a purpose for why
The goal.
you're doing
I like
it.
that.
Yeah.
Like when we first did the first social event, it was a free event. We didn't make any money from it. We were just doing it just to build our name, to get everyone together, like literally just from the kindness of our heart and to see what we can do with it. Like, obviously we have a goal in mind, but our goal for that event wasn't like, oh, I want to bring a bunch of clout people in this room and make money off everyone and all these sponsors and everyone. But everyone was like to us, why are you doing this? Like, what are you getting out of it? Like, there has to be a reason. I'm like, guys, we've lost like the kindness in your heart to do something. You can do
things. Yeah.
And what was the response after their event?
Oh, everyone loved it. Yeah, of course. Like, they're invited to a free event that's sick that everyone else is going to. And like to be invited and being acknowledged as a creator is, I think, a big deal. And it's a mix of like big creators, upcoming creators, creators that people don't like, all sorts of creators. We had TikTok, Instagram, friggin' YouTube, and like we had art people, comedy people, food people, like everyone. What are guys messaging each other? What group is this?
The black.
They're like in the group chat. They're like, guys, can you wrap this up? Someone wrap it up.
Right, man didn't do it even slick at all. I was like, what's going on here, right?
I don't know what's happening.
Hey, push us back because the sun is shining.
Oh, yeah, in
This
his
guy's
face.
He's looking glorious
I'm
with
like
that
having a
light.
sentimental moment.
I know.
You should bring
He didn't do it slick at all, right?
I was like,
We
what's
tried,
because I was
we
so
tried.
focused, and then I didn't even know what was going on over here.
Oh my
Guys,
days.
professional setup, non-professional people.
I love that.
So how often is this events going to happen? Is it like an annual thing, once every 6 months kind of vibe?
We're in the middle of planning our next one, so that one's probably going to be next year. But we need we're coming out with something to build up to having that event.
Right.
Because we've met a lot of people in like say you guys on the list.
Send them
First,
more.
I was just-
No, on the
I was
blocking
just
list.
gonna ask.
we jumped at it.
Bro, the faces are planted.
Yeah, we did it.
Gotta
Shut it down.
Who is your like personal favorite creator in Sydney?
In Sydney.
Hell.
Myself. I'm joking.
She's not joking.
Oh my god, I don't know in Sydney.
Alma.
I love a lot of overseas. Oh, I don't know. I have to go through my For You page. I cannot remember usernames for the life of me.
Okay.
What are from Melbourne? Do you know many from Melbourne?
Disruption podcast, yeah.
I have. Oh, okay. My current favorite is he's an Egyptian comedy creator, and his name is what's his username? My parents are divorced.
Word.
Wait, is he from Melbourne?
No, bro.
Ah, you got guys.
This guy is
got
phenomenal.
excited.
I love.
It's amazing.
Come across him.
That's the sad as
I
well.
watch his
See.
video, and he stays in character 24/7.
I need to find that.
24/7.
Where's he located? Where's he at?
I think America. They sound
America?
American, yeah.
Okay, my parent. What is this? My
parents are
parents.
Parents are divorced, man. This
What?
guy does a fake podcast. It's the funniest thing. Right? I think it's also just the Egyptian element of it. I would say Egyptians are the funniest people in the world.
I fully
Yeah, yeah.
110%
Egyptians are the
agree.
Yeah.
If you see every other country in the Middle East, all the content creators that are popping off are
I'm
Egyptians.
not gonna lie, this is actually quite funny.
They are. They are.
Period.
So you're half though. You're half Egyptian.
Yeah, okay.
So you're half funny.
Honey.
Nah, just double checking.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so you're half funny then.
That's it. That's the way.
Wait, hold on. You're Sudanese. She's Sudanese.
Are you Sudanese?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
means Sudanese is
Sudanese,
funny.
Sudanese.
So,
Yeah.
my mom is gonna be so happy, guys. No, because my mom is Syrian, but the whole family grew up in from my mom's side in Sudan.
Oh.
Yeah, because of the war, they all moved.
Yeah,
so I have
yeah.
no relation to the Syrian side. Oh my god, guys. No, you're gonna get so
Okay.
much.
You
clout
met your
from this
fellow
video,
brothers.
and it's from my community.
They're sending this everywhere.
You know what? As soon as we sit down, as soon as they say this, they're gonna be like, I knew they were Sudanese.
I knew it from the moment.
I'm Sudani, 100%. Mia Sudani.
I love that.
Oh my goodness.
Full. Yes or no?
Fully what?
Full.
Oh, full.
Oh.
I don't
At
love
least
that. I don't
Wait, wait.
Full is only during the fast.
Okay, so
But you
so
like
you're
it.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no. So you're on my side.
nice.
That's really gassy.
Is that a problem? That's high in the price. Everyone else will pay the price for me having good lunch, good breakfast. Damn.
I know.
I don't think Daniel likes it.
Not like
I don't if there was food here, I'm like, oh my god, food. Like, yum, bro.
That's great.
you know what it is. This is what I said. I said full, yeah.
To everyone out there, it's beans.
Yeah.
No, but it's really good. Depends on the ingredients. It's really good.
I'm saying that meal, was created by someone who had 1,000 different things in the fridge, but nothing made sense. They said, I'm hungry, bro.
Let's
There's
just
no rice. There's no pasta. There's no, I don't know what else. Man just said, hey man,
Beans,
give me the
cheese,
beans, give me the
oil.
cheese, give me the oil, give me the tomato, where's the egg, bring that
bring the
cheese.
egg over here too.
Put the falafel
That's
in
the
there as well.
Egyptian snack pack.
I'm not gonna lie, yes, bro. Egyptian food is like cushery. This is somebody came home, fridge, not out. Alright, bro, put everything together. There you are. And it's delicious. It's amazing. It's amazing. But it's just everything. Rice, pasta, onions, rice, pasta is crazy, though. Bro, are you getting ready for heavy weightlifting? It's amazing. Are you a weightlifter or something?
How good is it?
Are you carb loading in that? What's going on? Rice there. The haggle are funny, the meals are funny.
Bro, I swear, rice pasta and they're probably throwing bread as well. I know
Oh,
that.
they do that.
Yeah, long day.
Clean up the
Long
plate.
day. Bro, that is not good for you, bro.
Nah, Kush is top 2, man.
I was gonna say about the Egyptian thing that it's like, you know what it is about the comedy? There is an element of rudeness that makes makes you a funny person, right? Rudeness not in the sense of you being a mean person.
It's just the sarcasm. They have a
Sarcasm,
sarcasm
just
and wit.
critiquing society as well. Like being able to like look at things and then connect it to this and like I don't know, have something to have an opinion on something is where the comedy comes out of it kind of thing. Because like I look at what's making some people key in some circles, bro. Those kind of the white laughter sometimes. You know, the comedies in those circles. I'm like, that was not funny. It was dead. Yeah. Like this is what's making you all like belly chuckle. I'm like, yeah, come hang out with the boys one day. Show you what it is.
You will laugh, dude.
Wow,
My ego right now. Smooth, absolutely.
Just cheesing all the time. Oh my days, man. Nah, it's interesting, man. But I find it funny though, like how. I like it rather how what you're finding funny or what the community finds funny is now being expanded into, someone's telling you you're making the community look bad, but it's like for everyone else, they're watching that like, this is amazing. Yeah, but like for a lot of people that aren't exposed to that, like this is, oh my gosh, this is actually hilarious. Like these people are amazing, these people are funny, this is beautiful culture, all that kind of stuff there. But I guess when you're from that, it does sometimes feel like it's at the expense of me. It's like, it's whatever, man.
And then I get brand deals, they're like, hey, sorry, we can't work with you. You're a bit insulting to me.
You use the word fat.
No way.
Someone hit me up and they're like, and I don't know, they were like, oh, you're really suited to this brand. I'm like, perfect, like, this is the video I can create. They're like, it seems like you're stereotyping too much. I was like, you just said I was perfect for the brand, didn't you just see my content? Like, it's all stereotypes.
So this is why you approach me, because of stereotypes. That makes it well.
That's why sometimes I don't like when we slap a label onto something, to be honest, because I'm like, some things are just to be enjoyed, or this is just the state of the matter. But I guess when you weaponize some of these things, like that's when it feels offensive. But like when you're describing, like you said, saying what everyone's thinking or saying it as it is.
So sensitive. There's being rude and there's just bringing light and having fun to the situation, like with the situation. I can't say anything now.
But that's what I was gonna say. I guess who did?
I'm gonna get cancelled now for saying that you guys are Sudanese and getting excited. They're gonna be like, oh my god, she's getting excited because she's never been in the tweet. Like, oh.
Sudanese sandwich, man. I'm hard now.
It does make it harder now, especially if you are a content creator and you do want to collab with these like big.
Dude, it's hard. You can't say your opinion. If you do, you get cancelled and it's like, oh my god, the cancel culture is just insane. I'm not scared of it. I'm just anticipating when it's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to happen, but it's like when.
Yeah, I do see the scary side of it when it becomes your living, though. You know, and you're like,
full time.
Guys, it's just a joke. It's just like my family still needs to eat. Like,
I have been through a few of those where like it was the scariest moment. I couldn't leave the house. I was scared that I was going to get like, I don't know, attacked or something. And like brand deals cancelled on me, and it was just insane. I was like shaking. So I was like, all this work that I've put in, I've built such a great community, such a great platform, and it could all just be taken away from you, just like that.
Do you think it was justified, the reactions to whatever?
That's what I'm saying. Or because you said that I'm going to take
like
money.
on social media, everything can get blown out of proportion. And you know what? It doesn't matter what you say. There's going to be people out there that are going to fight against you, and it becomes a trend. People jump on trends. Like if it was a trending topic to have your opinion about that person that's getting cancelled, then everyone else is going to jump onto it. You know what I mean?
Isn't it crazy that stuff like only lasts like 8 days maximum? And then
now I know, But when you're in it,
it feels like the biggest thing.
It feels like the longest thing in the world. 2 days even. Damn.
The first time I got cancelled, I remember my mum, like, I was running around the house, like, I didn't know what I was doing, I was freaking out. My mum was like, time to get a full-time job.
Now I'm very interested. Okay. So you're sleeping, right? Your phone's just been blinging all night or whatever. You wake up the next day and you're apparently cancelled. What is that like? I mean, I don't know if you can even say what it was that made you feel like you were cancelled at the time.
What is that like?
Yeah, walk me through the moments and the events, and then like
And the next steps.
and then the next step, all that kind of stuff.
Like
yeah.
you do a video to justify the
Yeah,
previous
so
video.
the first thing you do is you go to YouTube and you search how to do an apology video.
They're all the same, and they're all the same.
Oh, you know what?
One background.
I'm cancelled after this.
Again,
Okay, so the feeling is like, you know when you have your alarm on next to your bed on your phone and you wake up and it's like, dan, dan, you wake up with like a heart attack?
Yeah.
That is what it feels like to get cancelled. 1 minute you're just enjoying life and the next minute you're like,
what makes you know that you're getting
Yeah,
that's as well.
well, you never see so many notifications in your life.
Yeah,
Stop.
yeah,
So I was gonna say, usually a manager will like, you know, you wake up and your manager will text you, hey,
Hey,
we've
just
got an
like,
issue, we need to have a meeting.
Apology
they'll
letter,
bring you,
whatever
they'll
it
bring
is,
you,
yeah.
this is what's happening, this is what people are saying, this is what we need to do. So for you, it's like, do you go to the comments and like you have to figure out, okay, what are people saying, what am I getting cancelled for?
Was there like a drop of followers as well?
no, there wasn't a drop of followings. There was an increase because people are nosing on
That's
seeing what's
crazy,
happening.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, you know, maybe getting cancelled should be my next series.
That's what I said.
How to get cancelled.
Any clip we've ever done that does well on any social media platform is something where someone is hurt by it. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, this is good. I like this. Bringing people.
Controversial stuff.
Controversial
Yeah,
stuff, yeah.
So what happens when you get cancelled? You just get. Well, for me, I got a bunch of stitches on videos of people saying their opinions. I was the green screen behind different videos. People were pinning my videos, and then it was crazy, crazy. And I didn't know who to talk to because I was like, my manager is me.
Yeah.
So I was like, what advice do I give to myself? I was like, Mom, and then she's like, don't worry about these people. And then, full-time job. And then I started thinking, damn, I've got to jump onto Seek again. Got to fix my resume.
What is
No, I was gonna say, so what was your next video like?
Facts.
Like was it just
Did
a...
you just do one that you're like, I know people love this type of content.
Yeah.
You know what they
Did you
like.
do a video almost like that didn't happen?
no.
Or like they just continued on? Or like what was
It
that
was
like?
an apology video.
Yeah,
I don't know what to do. I was
Okay,
genuinely
right.
sorry. And like, I didn't know how to talk to people. Like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. No one's going to believe you. Everyone has their own different... I've learned now, there's no point doing an apology video because everyone's going to have their own opinion anyway. And people are going to say, oh, she's just doing it just so she can move on and post
Can you say
whatever.
what? I don't know if you want to talk on it, but can you say what that
No.
was? Okay, calm.
No.
Yeah, it's interesting though. Like, what the next steps after that would be? Like, what do you do?
But honestly, people just move on.
Like
people move on. Like, if there is one thing I can tell anyone, you don't really matter. You're a little ant in this world. Like, no one really cares that much about you. They care about you for 2 seconds. They'll comment something bad. Next.
And then next week,
No one
just
cares that much
forgot
about
that,
you.
And also like, and also like then you just getting new followers as well, right? So let's say if I jump on after a week after whatever happened, I don't even know that happened, right?
Yeah.
I'm just like, yo.
I've just found a new funny one, and I've swiped across,
I swiped because
literally.
I came across your content,
Yeah.
and then I share it. Now these guys are like, oh, this is hilarious. So then now we don't even know what the heck is happening.
Yeah, that's facts.
Because no one cares that
Because
much.
no one cares, yeah.
It's the
I'm
truth.
not going to go through your videos and be like, oh my god, like, I'm just going to go and scroll through all of them to see what
To
their
see what-
personality is.
yeah.
That's big facts. That's what I was saying. I want to go into space and look at Earth from space to really realize, like,
It's
How
It's just-
full I am.
But if you know this already in your brain,
I know, but now I want the evidence of it as well. You know what I mean? To back my theory.
I was going to Queensland by plane like a few weeks ago, and as the plane was taking off, and I was looking at the houses, looking at everything, and I was like, wow, everything is so small. I'm like, oh my god, we're so tiny.
Yeah.
Like, we're literally an eyelash in this world.
It's
definitely.
crazy. It's genuinely
We're literally just a monopoly piece.
Yeah, I was saying like it's mad when you look
We had
at
a big game.
you look at that whole thing, like every single thing. That's what like when you look at the world, like every single thing that has ever gone wrong
This
in
happened here.
history, that has ever gone right in history, that has ever whatever, has all happened on this place right here.
Yeah.
I said, bro, what? This is mad. It is great from that age of time. Dog, it doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't make sense.
What's your hobbies outside of content creation? Is it something? It's a hobby that turned into a career, right?
Yeah. Well, I love going out. I love traveling. I love
Where've you been?
Right, I've been to a lot of places
I
around the
like
world.
hearing it.
I loved it. But traveling is a big thing for me because I'm always in my house. So, working from home, so I need to go out, you know what I mean? I need to stimulate ideas. I just need to be out. I love partying and just going out. I don't know, meeting people. But what is my hobby? I don't know what my hobby is.
No time.
I don't know. Am I meant to say like sport or something?
Travel's a good one. Travel's a good one. 'Cause that's one that I find very enjoyable. It's
My
expensive.
hobby and my job is like intertwined.
Yeah.
So it's all the same. Like everything on social media is what I do in real life anyway.
It's interesting how you say meeting people, because now I'm curious. Online, you're this funny person, right? What about in person? Are people expecting you to be the person that they see online?
I don't have time to be different. So
So
I'm
you're
just honestly the same. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, you tell me.
No, I'm telling you, as soon as no, wait, not even that. Before you even walked in,
outside?
I think I was like sussing out the audio, whatever, or checking up the angle, and you were laughing as you got to the door, right? And I think I said to him, I was like, yeah, good episode.
I said, yeah.
I said, good start. Good start. Well, like literally, as soon as you walked in, I was like, energy's amazing. Like, yeah. So I like that how you said that. I don't have time to be different. That's a dope way to
Yeah, but my energy bounces off you guys. Like, as in, like, you guys provided that initial energy for me to be like, yep, I can vibe off that.
Imagine what dead,
Bro? Imagine one of the podcasters.
Well,
Topics list.
That's right.
Oh my.
That's honestly one of my favorite compliments that people give me is that I'm the same and like oh, you're actually really nice in person because I think a lot of people meet creators that are not
for sure.
not the same
Exactly.
and they categorize you in the same boat because if you're a content creator, so I'm a content creator and I'm Middle Eastern, so they just categorize me with every other Middle Eastern creator from Sydney as well. And if they've had a bad experience with one, they'll be like, oh, they're all the same.
Yeah, that's actually big facts. When you were talking about how your hobby and your work is so intertwined, I was like, I started thinking, is that the better way to be like, I guess, living or existing with this whole life thing? Because it would be crazy how maybe a hobby and what you do in order to I don't know, provide or whatever are so detached from each other. I'm like, is that okay as well? Or is it almost like we want life to be trying to see how we can bring these things together, when you can bring it together. Like your living and what brings you the rest and enjoyment are the same thing. Or because I'm like, I'm just thinking, I'm like, I don't know, like
it's good and bad. There's pros and cons. Like a pro is that you're doing what you love doing every single day, and you can turn it into a job. And it's essentially what everyone strives for. Like everyone wants to be able to do a job that they love. You know what I mean? And sometimes it does get a little bit hard because, say when I go on holidays, right? I'm like, my friends will be like, oh, this is a perfect time to relax. I'm like, relax what? Like, when's the next time I'm going to be here? Like, I want to take content. Like, I love that. It's my hobby at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's hard to, I don't know, because it's almost like I don't want to stop as well. So say you go out, I'll go out to a restaurant, right? So me and my boyfriend went to a restaurant the other day. And I'm like, oh, is this something I can vlog? I want to be able to take video. I want to show people, I don't want to miss the opportunity to do it. And it's like, you're always on, 24/7 you're on. And imagine, and I always just feel sorry, just in case. So I'm like, just in case, what if it was a really amazing place and I got home and I'm like, I wish I filmed it. I don't know, there's such a fine line.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yesterday, our intern dislocated the knee, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I said,
Did you
so you're not an intern yet, right?
it was crazy.
And then Daniel pops it back in, and then I'm in the toilet and then the first thing I hear from out here is, why did no one film this?
That is my biggest fear. Honestly, my biggest
I was going to film it too, but I was like, should I call 000?
No, I was freaking out internally.
Nah, I wasn't.
Because the guy started pacing. He walked off. He started pacing. I was just sat there looking. I said, big man.
I was helping. So you didn't call 000 and you didn't help. You just were used to it.
I was trying to figure out what I should do. I walk back, I walk forth, I come back. I look and say, dude, this is bad. This guy says, I'm going to pull him back myself and let's see where this goes.
But literally, it happened. And I was like, guys, why do you all film this?
I'm in there, in my mind, I think she's cut herself bad. Because all I hear is Noel going, oh my god, how did you do this? Why? Oh my god, how? And I'm just like, in my mind, I'm like,
first of all, you need to be helping. You're the nurse. You're the nurse. And then, yeah, I was kind of why do no film? Damn, there's something probably wrong with us.
But that must be tiring. That must be tiring, having that in the back of your mind, like, oh, I should have filmed this. Oh, do I bring the camera out now, or get this angle, get this person's reaction?
Can I just say, but that is my biggest fear of people not filming like when something bad happens. Like just film that. If there's 5 of you, one person could have gone.
Yeah, to be honest, don't helping.
Like you might come out film it, but it's alright.
Let me tell you a funny story. I've trained everyone. I'm like, there's something bad is going on. Film it and help me be like multitask. I'm like, I don't know when this is gonna happen again.
I feel like, why are you filming? Stop!
I know, yeah. Amazing. Imagine the video.
Veronica has the worst friends ever. And stop filming.
Bro, yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm just thinking about that emotional roller coaster of like,
no, it's not just
like it is bad.
Those reactions are actually the best, man.
I mean, I was thinking about yesterday when we were at what do you call it? The arcade Legends thing, and I was like, and I'm filming and capturing the vlogging the moments and all that. And even when we went shopping, I put it into the trolley car and we're just shopping, doing a normal
Are you the
thing.
filmer of the group?
Well, I have cameras. I like it. I actually want to start recording. Like anytime we go on holidays, I'm like, yeah, I'm vlogging this.
Yeah.
She has some of the greatest content on her phone. It's not put together a single TikTok.
It's not creative.
And the one she did got 500,000 views.
Is there anything against?
Yeah, my one.
She has most. She can't even she can't receive airdrops because of the content that's on her phone. There's no storage. I'm like, make the videos and delete the raw files.
I've been
like
inspired
that.
today, so today might be the day that I actually do something.
Oh my days. But yeah, I'm like, it is as much as I think when it's times of like crisis and
You know when to film.
You know, exactly.
Like,
You
how
know.
serious is it?
Yes.
Like, this guy could have definitely filmed.
It's the knee still inside the body. It's all over the place.
To be honest, I don't know, it's very
I'm too busy looking at the kitchen. Like,
There's 6 cameras.
yeah, not a
That's
single.
your iPhone.
I feel that, I actually could
Let me tell you something what happened. So one night, I live with my family, just for context, and I was going to the hospital the next day to do a procedure, and this procedure requires you to drink a drink and just like flush out everything from your body, so you're very lightheaded.
Right.
It was maybe 2 o'clock in the morning, very dark. You know how you know your way around your house.
Yeah.
I didn't turn on any lights, and as I was in the bathroom, my eyes were going black, and I knew I was like, all right. I'm about to faint. I've fainted so many times in my life. I know the procedure, and I am not bothered to do with my parents. If they found me fainting, it's just going to be so dramatic.
Yeah.
So I was like, I just need to get to my room now. My eyes were getting blurry, and I was like, this is it. This is the moment. So I opened the door and I started pacing to my room. I was like, I got to faint on my bed and sleep it out. No like hassle, no like screaming about how is this happening. Whatever. I'm running. I was so close to my bed, literally like. Maybe 50 centimeters, but I ran into the door frame instead. And I ran into the door frame and I kind of like concussed at the same time. So not only did I faint, I concussed. So I'm on the floor. This is even more dramatic than I should have just fainted in the bathroom. Because my parents woke up, my mum's running to me, and then the first thing I could think of was like, this is great content. I'm on the floor and I'm like, Mom, did you get my phone? I'm like, please just record. And she's like, what do you mean record? My daughter is on the phone. I was like, please just record. And we had a fight about recording.
She's not helping you, and she's not recording.
Like my dad's getting ice. I'm like, just get me a pillow, leave me down here, and just record me, take a photo. And then I started getting angry because I'm like, dude, it's not every day you run into the door frame. Like, you gotta get these moments. These are the right moments. That would be a great 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, record. Yeah.
This is why it's good to have like friends that will record for you. It's like I'm the recorder. When I go out, I'm recording, and I'm like, I always like check back. I'm like anyone else want to grab their phone?
At any point tonight. My thing now is that we have the capabilities to this is now our form of the storytelling a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Like we have the generations where it is the campfire and it's telling these stories that has happened blah blah in the past. Then it gets it's written form, journals, all that kind of stuff. We are in the generation where a lot of the storytelling is videoed and documented through that kind of stuff, right? And I'm more now leaning towards the vibe of like, you know, I'm actually not mad at the friend who's brought their phone out to record the lunch that we're having. Don't let it get in the way of the interaction that we're having. Like, at least let us still connect, you know, as we're doing this. But, and like, for example, like if I'm the only one that was there, like these guys went around and Denise's doing up these ones sideways, like, it would have been unwise for me to be looking for the phone first before checking if you're all good, right? And that kind of thing there. But it's like, if I'm not mad at Carlos for bringing out the phone while someone's taking care, it's like,
this was taken care of.
This is our now new form of like a storytelling this generation. I think when people blur those lines and they end up diluted though, that's when we're in scary
a
territory.
couple of years ago, there was a friend whose wife, I swear she was pregnant at the time or something, and something happened. She ended up being in an ambulance. And this guy posted a story on Instagram, pray for us.
I remember this.
And I was like, you've lost your mind. In my mind, I was like, that's so, like, take the content, is fine. But I'm straight to the thing before she's even gone into the hospital. Check with her at least, you know what I mean? I was like, hey, bro, like,
there's a time and place.
Yeah, if she was cool with it, like, yeah,
that's
I'm
different, I guess.
Then what, like, it's just whatever then?
Yeah, I guess. It's not for me, but yeah.
I've actually sent this to Daily Mail, let them do an article. TikTok are in hospital now.
It is true that the video stuff, like, it captures so much better, not so much better, it's different, but it's
a memory.
In terms of, like, the story, telling the story, compared to just, like, so for example, my niece is 2, and like, in another era, it would have been a thing of like, oh, she did this week, and I was like, oh, that's hilarious, whatever. But then seeing the videos of it instead, I'm like, there was one this week where my dad is reading the Bible to her at night, and it's a photo of like Jesus and like people bowing to Jesus. And he's like, what's this about? And she goes, Jesus. And he's like, nice, and what? And she's just pointing, people's bums. And it's on video, you know? And I'm like, this is amazing. Like, this is good content. I love this, you know?
People's bums.
Yeah.
Bro, I saw that. I saw who told her that word.
Yeah, like, as opposed to like, my sister would have told me that story, I would have like, one time, I forgot about it.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, I love this too.
You can even watch that in the future.
Literally, that's coming out on the 21st.
That's the best about like vlogging as
Yeah.
well, like travel vlogs. But it's about knowing, like, not knowing, living in the moment.
Yeah.
So like, say when I go out for to film like a restaurant or a place or whatever, a venue, I'm never the person that's like, no one can eat now. Like, you need to wait. Okay, wait 2 seconds.
After that, I might get you in this food in your mouth. It's okay.
Because like this is going to be for the rest of our life, and hopefully what I'm going to be doing for the next like 5 years. I'm going to be filming this, and I want to live in the moment too. And I just hope that sometimes I don't even look where I'm recording. I'm just naturally just hoping that it's recording, because I'm like, I want to be here, and I'm just hoping that like it's getting it.
Stop walking around with GoPro. It's not about it. Yeah.
I want to know how the Americans do it. You know the ones that do the charity thing, like, oh, I only have $1.
Right.
I want to know, like, how are they? Is it like a secret shirt they wear with like a camera?
True. Yeah, I have no idea what they're doing there.
Do you shoot any content that you just keep for yourself? Because I don't know, are you still doing it?
Oh my god, what's the point? I'm joking.
Okay, I'll explain. So, what I was doing originally, now I think you're still doing it, right?
Nah,
It's like, so at the end, you saw?
Yeah.
At the end of every month, it's been a while now, I haven't done it, but like this started maybe 4 or 5 years ago, where it's like, I would just sit down for like 2 minutes at the end of every month and just like yo, this happened this month. And like the plan is, I don't know, in 10 years, 15 years.
This happened this month? I don't even, you have to ask me weekly.
It was hard because I coupled it with journaling every day and then recording at the end of the month. Because then I'd actually go through the journal and talk about it, add an extra flavor to it. I think what happened was I filled up one SD card. I didn't have another. I just stopped. So I bought another. I might kick it off second half of the year maybe or something.
It's actually kind of nice.
Because I'm like, in 10 years, if I chop it up, and that's like,
crazy.
What, 120 months worth, right? And I'm just like, oh, at this point, I was dating this person. At this point, I was working this job. At this point, I'm like, oh shoot. And then like you actually like, physical change.
At the end of the month, you're like, today I'm proposing, right? And then the next
growing
months, it's like,
I'm thinking about those videos. Me growing every 10 years.
I don't know where they're lying.
Just moving his face. And the reason, what is
that is the same t-shirt. 15 years wearing this.
wow. That was a cute. But that's not
definitely
nice.
saying something. I think.
If you can commit to it and like you're consistent doing it, that is if you remember.
Yeah.
That's
It's
really cool.
crazy. I always talk about that one friend that he's literally got videos from every point in his life. Like all the trips to Cambodia, to this country, when he climbed this place illegally, when he jumped off this place. I'm just like,
Yeah,
it's crazy. Like
Maybe he did have a reason to film his wife in that. It's the same way.
It's just nice. I don't know. Like, it's just an element of like, I think when you're able to recount that story to someone else and then you show it as well. There's a big difference. Yeah, that's just like seeing is believing kind of thing, right? Like we have, my grandma's told me hella stories. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn.
You wish you could see it.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't visualize. Also, by the way, guys, I always tell them about this one memory I have of Nigeria.
It's a lie. It's generally, it's not even true.
Okay, I asked my dad. He said it's true.
Confirm it.
I asked him because the memory is that
One memory.
this is the only one memory of my 3 years in
One
Nigeria.
memory.
It's the one memory I have of my dad and I wearing some robes, like some gown kind of robe, like night gown, whatever. Him and I are holding hands. We're on our way to Bible study, and we skip across a ditch, like a little gutter. And I was like, damn, these guys keep getting onto me. This is fake. I said, yo, big man, could this be a real memory? He's like, yeah. There's actually, do you remember da da da? He's talking about my mom, da da da's house. They had the da. This is where we used to do the Bible study.
No, what I'm saying is
Bro,
the memory is
no,
not
shut up.
true. The memory is only because you heard this story.
No,
bro,
we've never spoken about this.
So-
They were remembering. Oh, that's like da 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 da. Cause I said, yo, this is a real memory, bro.
Wait, why are you mad about the memory?
They were all.
I don't believe anyone has memories from 2 or 3 years old.
Dog, this is evidence.
But like it's memory that would be ignited from seeing something or hearing something. Like it's a flashback and you remember it. Like when you
That's
see
what
a
I'm
photo.
saying.
No, but that's what I'm saying. This wasn't even. I've had this
No
memory from
flashback, okay.
jump.
So this guy, okay.
And now I was like, oh my god, this is real. You guys almost gaslighting me into erasing the one memory that I have of my country. I almost lost it because of these guys here. I have to. I just skip over this. Just for one time sake.
6 years ago.
I'm on my way to Bible study. That's what it is.
Oh, this is mad.
Were you? Oh, sorry, good.
Now, it's good, going back to the whole vlogging and everything. What do you think of people that say live in the moment? Right? Do you think that's just an excuse to not record, or do you agree to that?
So annoying. People tell me all the time, like, they're like, just live in the
Live in
moment. I
the
was like,
moment.
bro, I am living in the moment. You're not living in the moment, focusing on me living in the moment. I am feeling
like
that.
That's very true.
At least feel the hand drop it to me. It's cool.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my
that's just an excuse to not record.
They don't have CapCut, that's why. Yeah. So they're just mad. They don't have storage for CapCut on their phone.
Because I was thinking about it when people say,
I
I'm
know
like,
that
legit.
That would have to be deleted from what we
Because I was thinking, legit, you can just play your phone and you still enjoy the moment, but this is.
And now you get to relive it.
You know what I mean?
What?
We still do that.
The one thing though is just don't sing if you're at a concert.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I was about to ask about the concerts.
The
You know,
concert
people
ones.
are getting. I always see every single time, as soon as there's a concert video and everyone's like recording it,
Yeah.
in the
Sarcastic comments?
Yeah, in the comments.
Single phone
in the comments,
inside.
oh, beautiful, not a single phone inside. Oh, I
Yeah.
love that everyone was, enjoying this concert and didn't decide to.
Just like put-
So I'm like, damn, yeah, am I angry that people are recording? Is it whatever? But I'm like,
I like it for me.
yeah, I'm like, wait, what is wrong with it?
Yeah, right.
The only thing
This
I was-
shows gas as
Concerts
well.
are
Like,
different though. Concerts are different when you're filming compared to.
yeah, I'm
like,
talking
something
about the
live.
concert specifically.
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like what?
You're not
Like
trying
why?
to sing good in concerts. You're like yelling at the top of
Totally.
your lungs and
Have you guys
screaming.
seen that video of Beyonce where the guy's
Yeah.
singing
Yeah,
crazy and
yeah.
she just looks at him
Yeah.
silent?
Bro, there's one Ariana Grande, yeah? This is years ago, and she starts singing, and someone's like, wait, I wasn't recording yet! And she laughs, and she's like, wait, okay, I'll start again. The one thing, oh,
Okay,
no,
go.
the one thing I feel like, as the musician, it would be a very different experience seeing a crowd, everyone filming, versus everyone just.
But like it's dark, you're seeing the flashlights and all that kind of stuff, and they get
Maybe
gassed.
I think it would hype them up seeing
Like,
the guys
what?
like gash lights.
As long as that's
It's still singing.
as long as the crowd is providing that
Yeah,
energy
yeah,
still,
yeah.
then calm. Yeah.
I don't know, because I'm just trying to think right now, if I'm performing and no one's got the camera out, it could be a good thing because everyone's actually vibing.
I
to-
reckon it depends on the type of artist.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you're a, let's say, I don't know.
like a hip, imagine like a
Jazz.
Kendrick Lamar kind of
Yeah, like those kind of, the soulful type of things where there's like a thoughtful music. It's like you kind of, I'm guessing you're the type of person
Like
who
a
wants people to
ballad
be in the
sometimes,
presence and all
Just
that.
kind of
Whereas if you're like, I don't know, a
Lil Baby or Ice Spice or something. It's like the measure of a successful concert is what do the reels look like after when they film everyone with their lights on and stuff.
But at the same time, I saw Lil Yachty. He was performing.
Goodness gracious,
bro! I don't think I saw it for him.
This is the greatest
walkout. Have you seen this video? I've seen Europe somewhere.
Yeah.
Lil Yachty's walking out. He's just like.
Are you talking about the recent one?
No, I didn't see the recent one.
There's a recent one in Poland where he performed Poland
6 times, yeah.
Okay.
But then there's an old one. I think it was Rolling Loud.
When he's walking out. Oh my goodness.
That was
walkout videos I've ever
Wait,
seen.
why? Because it was lights.
It was
really
just, it was well
It
shot.
was even during the day.
It was like a sea of people.
Bumping.
It was during the day. It was like a music festival.
Yeah.
And
At the same time, I think I saw it.
everyone looked at me like, yo, that's a very I'm him moment.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Because he did that one last year, and then this year he created the same thing
Yeah.
as well. I think it's how like people are hyped about it. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna do that again.
I think you're about to ask where we won there.
Yeah,
you're about to say
I was
something
going
about
to tell you, I
it.
have a new complex in terms of, you know how you were like singing, should I sing in
Yeah.
concerts and stuff?
Yeah.
Mine is at church actually.
Okay.
So I know I'm not a great singer or whatever, but like you know when like
But for God, it's all good.
yes.
Joyful noise.
But listen, like, you never listen to yourself singing. You don't care you're great yourself singing. You're just like there to praise God. Until one day, I was like there was a really long hymn going on, and I can't do it. I run out of breath. I drink water, and I was just like I was silent, but I was like in the moment. And then I'm hearing the person next to me singing, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, that's actually what I sound like. I was like, because it wasn't good singing. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter. But I was just more conscious now. I'm like, oh, like,
They can hear me.
yeah. Like, when I go to church with my boyfriend, I'm like, I wonder if he notices.
Sometimes we've been singing, and Mama hits the wrong pitch. It's like,
I learned this hack in church years ago. This was the reason I stopped sitting next to my parents at church. Because I was like, my dad is tone deaf.
bro, I love when your dad gets into
It's
it.
horrible. It's good for God and nobody else. But there's this thing. So if you close one thing, you can hear your voice very clearly while you're singing, right? And that is when I'm like, okay, I should stop now. This chorus not for me.
I remember there was one Sunday, I was singing my heart out, yeah? And the lady turned around, guys, like, okay, she goes, very good. She was like, I said, what? Extra loud next week. Extra loud, bro. I might even go on stage, bro, I don't know.
The choir the next
Yo, I was there.
Went to a Syrian church years ago in Melbourne. And there was all old people in the congregation, and they decided to sing songs in English. And I'm like, you have two barriers right now. One, you can't sing English, and you guys can't read English very well as well. And I was like, I remember looking at my mom, I'm like, why are they doing this? Like, this is so embarrassing. Everyone sounds so disgusting.
It was mad.
It was bad. It was real bad.
I didn't send it. But yes, so where were you?
Yeah, born and raised.
What was there's a lot of, you know what I mean? The background.
Born and raised?
Yeah, what's the background say? Because you're saying a lot of your family was, did you say Syrian?
Egyptian, Syrian, Sudanese.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was born here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you've been in Sydney your whole life, or?
Yeah.
That's mad. Ever been back?
Yes, yeah.
I mean, to where? To what?
I've been to
Yeah.
Egypt. I haven't been to Syria and probably never going to go to Sudan.
Yeah, it's crazy
That's
at the
weird.
moment.
Yeah, my cousins are escaping from there, so yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Very sad actually what's happening.
Yeah.
Do you guys have family there?
I think you guys still, yeah.
That's
I actually never know if you have my family back there.
Yeah.
It's
Are they safe?
Yeah, that's safe.
Not really.
Whoa. Yours?
Yeah.
Like a
She's
few.
been lying to me. I was asking,
No,
like,
just
the family-
recently,
I was
like
like, yo, the
literally
family was good?
a day or two ago, I think someone passed away.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
so it's getting pretty hectic. People are, but all you can do is really just try and support, as much as you can from here.
It's hard. You feel a bit like useless on the other side of the world.
You do.
It's like, what can you actually
You do.
do?
It's crazy how much that connection that we have with like our upbringing and like where we've been from as well. Because I remember like it was 2 years ago when the law was going on in Nigeria. They had still now, but the NSARS movement, and that was one of the first times I was like, yo, I'm really out here pushed up in Australia. And these could have been my homies. These could have been the people I had podcasts with. You know what I mean? That I'll be chilling with and all that kind of stuff. Instead, it's like, oh wow, that is like that. I felt it.
Very surreal.
Yeah, it was a very, very weird moment. I was even saying like, I don't know who I was talking. I think I was talking to my parents, And then I was talking to you about it as well. But I sat down, I was just talking about my dad. I told you about it too, I think. And I asked my dad. But I told you.
Actually, made a whole podcast video about it.
I was just sitting there, I was talking to my dad, and I just looked at him, I was like, yo, like, do you guys ever, like, how does it feel knowing that you're not with your siblings? Like the people that you grew up with, you're not with them experiencing life. Like, my dad's got his older brother here, my mom's got her younger sister here, and then all their other siblings, like, everywhere else around the way, everywhere around the world. I was like, how does it feel? And I was asking my mom, like, on a real one, because they're getting married soon as well, or by this point, I don't know if it's already happened, when this episode comes
At this
out.
point, they're married.
Is it?
married.
Anyways, people are coming down, right? And my mom's seeing her, sister after ages, my dad seeing his brother, another brother after ages and all that. And I was like, yo, like, how does it feel? These are the people you grew up with, you shared memories with, you punched on with, at the family house, you chased that neighbor's dog, la 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 la. What does that feel like experiencing and living life away from them? Like, that's just like, yeah, it hurts, it sucks sometimes, and it's like, but that's just what the country's done to us. Like, we couldn't live this type of life we want.
Crazy.
We couldn't live the type of life we want there. You know what I mean? We just had to do.
And I think that families can like relate to that to some degree. Like my uncle, one recently passed away, but my other uncle's in America, and it's like, sometimes I tell my dad, like, how do you
feel it? Yeah.
Like your family is all around the world. Like, I don't know, I can't imagine moving. People always ask you, would you ever move and live somewhere else? It's like, yes, but not for too long. Like, I want to be with my family. Like, life is so short. Like, you want to. I don't know.
Look, the best place to live is literally where friends and family are. Like, I think we talked about this before. Like, I have millions of dollars. I'm not going to the best areas in Melbourne. I'm going to the best area around where all my friends are. You know, because I'm like, I want to be around people. That's my thing.
I'm just gonna be there alone, bro. Just see your family.
Like, I'm going to the most expensive area. I'm not gonna like anybody here.
Exactly.
Your neighbors don't like you.
Why are you?
You can ask them for milk.
I want to know, has anyone actually ever done that?
That was us.
Back when we first came to Australia, for sure. Yeah, when we had, it was crazy. When we had two families that were really close to, and they were pretty close to like an area as well to us.
Yeah.
Bop about. Just go get the milk, go get the migraine packet because I ran out of milk. Remember Samuel's family and that? Yo, it was lit.
That is so funny.
It was that. We had an old Italian lady as well. We had an old Italian lady, we had an old Indian lady too. And they became like grandparents to us as well, kind of like. They cook food. We go there, get the food, munch it up, we get it. It was lit. I'm like, this is community, this is life. And I'm like,
It is very interesting when you see your parents start almost replacing those gaps in their life with other people. Now that you say it, it's like, I've never been around my grandparents my whole life, right? But so we had these two sets of couples in America where it was like almost like they were both American, one was German. And they were super old, but they were like the most grandparent type thing I've ever experienced. And to my mom, they were like parents as well. You know, I'm like, that's so wild. Like, you're so separate from these people, and you start almost going, this will work. You know, I like this person. You just remind me of something to do with my dad or my mom or something. You might be able to play that role, and maybe to them, you remind them of a child or something. And
facts,
you know, because I remember that both of them, their kids were in different states and all this kind of stuff. So it's like,
bro, that lady is why my parents were able to even work so hard when we first got, particularly the Italian. We would go to her house. Like, my parents would drop us off in the morning to her house.
That is so.
So we'd get to her house at like 7 a.m. We'd have breakfast there, and then my sister and I would walk to school because like 20 minutes or whatever. We'd walk to school from her house.
Yeah.
She couldn't drive at that point. Like, even recently now, I was like, damn, actually, she's still alive, bro. Like, I actually wouldn't mind reconnecting. Like, she's still alive. My mom saw her recently. She's like 84, 80 something.
So she's in the street.
Nah. This is back in.
You have to reconnect.
Like, I need to tap back in.
And vlog it when you do it.
She was her favorite. It's crazy. She was literally her favorite. But we'd go to her house in the morning, breakfast, whatever. I'd go to school from there, come back to her house, chill there. My parents would pick us up. We go home. And that was the routine.
Was it just her alone in the house?
So she had I think she had children as well, but they're older, so they're not really posted up at home. They're out and about.
She probably loved having
she loved it. Absolutely loved it kind of thing.
You know the funniest thing, this guy, after a party, he tries to, it was me, him, and Marwa at the party. And it's like 2 months ago, and we're in the area where he grew up in. I think it was the same house.
Yeah.
And he's like, guys, you wanna like check out the house I grew up in and everything? We're like, yeah, like, why not? We have time. So we all drive out. He gets to the house, he's staring at it, he's like, man, so many memories. And like, he's talking about it for like 2-3 minutes and everything.
Don't tell me it's the neighbor's
And,
house.
yeah, and then he goes, oh wait, this is the wrong house.
And
this
I
is
just
why
backed it up.
I don't believe it's the
No, but I looked at it, I was like, I remember us parking our car there. I was like, oh snap, that one. Oh, this is the house, this is the house.
And then
This is
some
the
story
house.
again.
But I said every time I go to that area, I always go back to the house, like just to drive past. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, this is the beginning, man. This
Culture,
is
nigga, culture.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
This is random.
Embroidery. Just the rap.
My dad's, so my grandma's old house, that's where we grew up most of our life.
Yeah.
And every time we drive past it, I always think, like, I want to go down and see what the new owners have
I'm
done.
doing
to
with
it.
it, yeah.
And one day we were going to pick up something from her old neighbour's house.
Yeah.
Because they're still friends. And I was looking at the house. I was like, Mum, I'm just gonna go in and ask. Like, but I'm like, well, like it's weird. What if imagine someone coming out to our house and saying, "Hey, I used to live here. Can I have a look around the house?" Like,
I've seen movies about this,
Yeah.
and I know where this is going.
it's a bit
Yeah.
creepy. And I was like
It is.
waiting for someone to drive in so I can get the vibe of people. Like if they were young, I'm like, maybe,
Yeah.
maybe they'll let
So
me.
what, you're just there with your,
I'm sitting in the car like this.
waiting for them to pull up. This joke from you, bro.
I was waiting. No, I'm not. Okay.
She got
Just to
that
clarify, I was waiting for the next door neighbour, and in
Yeah.
the meantime, I was hoping that someone would
Yeah.
come out. And it was an old woman, and I was like, she's definitely not gonna. She's gonna think I'm creepy. There's no way she's gonna let me in her
You
house.
do it?
No, I didn't do it.
Nah.
I didn't know even how to even.
How to approach it.
Yeah.
It is.
It's complicated.
It's dope though, man. Like
And I
that is
think I would get
crazy.
sad. Like, what if they renovated the kitchen and stuff?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Looks
You
different.
wouldn't gotta recognize it
I'm
anymore.
like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's mad. It
That's
is.
not where that goes.
Did you know the kitchen was actually better?
I'll
that
go check the
way?
safe. I'm like, is the safe still there?
Let's change the code.
It is.
That actually be fun to go back and check it out.
What was Egypt like when you were back? Did you say Egypt was going back?
Egypt, yeah, I went. I've been to Egypt once for a week. I'm going back now.
Yeah.
It's the best and the worst country I've ever been to.
Yeah, man.
You're going to the Middle East. It was scary, very, very scary, and I loved seeing the culture and like the iconic places, going to the pyramid, the way like the Egyptian way of life, like the humor, the banter. It is the funniest thing. Like I get along with them so much. Oh, it's great. It's amazing. But in terms of safety and stuff, it's scary. You know what I mean? Especially being a girl, it's like 40 degrees and I'm wearing this. So I'm like, maybe
No
but then they still look at you and they're like,
I remember
and you're with your dad. I'm like, right, not even subtle.
later, I remember we were, I would have been young. I would have been like 9, 10. We were in Egypt and we were at the pyramids. And some guy comes around and he's like, you want to do horseback riding tour around the pyramids? And so my dad was like, oh, that's pretty sick. So he puts me and my sister on horses each. And we go with this
Last
guy.
time we saw you.
And he says, like, to this day, he's like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever done. He's like, as soon as the horses took off, he's like,
huh?
what have I done? What have I done?
What do I say to my wife?
I did. You been camels?
Horses, no, it's horses. Yeah, I remember.
Horses?
Okay,
Yeah.
running through that.
Arabian horses are a thing.
Different.
They're
Yeah.
really good at. They're great salesmen.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing.
Speak 7 languages, all
Crazy.
that kind of. Oh, I speak Russian, German, French.
Because they had to. That's what you have to
the
do
hustle.
to. Yeah, that's the
That's
hustle.
where it's like you realize like this, like
the concept.
everyone in the world can be smart. Like this
Yeah.
whole education thing is not just formal education. Like and the ones that really do it out of their own like survival, I'm like, you are
Yeah.
incredible. You are incredible.
When we went to the pyramids, has anyone ever seen the pyramids?
Not yet.
Okay,
I
it's
recently really want to go check
really
that out.
random. I thought it's like a 3-hour drive out to the desert or something like that.
Pizza.
It's literally picture like your main strip in Melbourne, right? And then you just take a right turn and then the desert just begins.
Yeah.
It's just randomly
It's
there.
so
I was
weird.
like, oh,
Huh.
this is the desert.
You wanted the whole experience.
Yeah.
I did the maps and like, damn right, your destination is there. Wait.
Like you want to see just tents around there or something.
For a little bit, yeah.
And we get there and like there's people. That was my first experience of people asking you if you want a photo, and I thought they were just being nice. And I was like, oh,
She's like, yeah, I have Veronica.
and I gave them my phone, and I never got back my phone.
Is that what's going on?
I was using a travel card at the time, and they're like, you know, bakshish means tip.
Yeah.
I have a travel card. And then they wouldn't give me back my phone unless someone gave the money. And I was like, well, I don't have money.
The hustle, man.
I was like, I had to be really apologetic. I'm like, I'm sorry. And then they got really salty, whatever. And
No grush.
yeah,
So you didn't get your phone back.
no, I did. I was doing one of these ones where you touch the pyramid. I wasn't even touching
Oh
the
my
pyramid.
days.
Mind you, should have looked at the photo before I paid, which I didn't pay. I was touching a man's head. If you scroll back to my Instagram, it's there. But I was like, damn, like, this guy literally did me dirty.
Sure.
When you're talking about the story of your dad letting you guys run up on the horses, I'm thinking of the reverse that happened to my parents. Me and my sisters think about this to this day of how crazy this was. Well, then we're in Hawaii, and we're in like on this like volcanic island. I think it's Kona or something like that. And you go to this like crazy green sand beach or whatever, but it's hidden. You have to trek for ages, kind of thing, right? So we're there, and there's people that are taking pickup trucks to go. Some you have to pay for, some people just bring their own trucks, whatever. So we're walking, and my mom is not having it there. She's like, this is dead. Like, this walking thing, bro. Time out. Some dudes like are like nearby, they got a truck, they got space. My parents jump into the back of it, and are gone. So me and my sisters are walking for like an hour.
Gotta fend for yourself.
I don't know, did you go with them? Yeah, so we're walking for an hour plus through the like desert pretty much. Like it's hot. And it's just, honestly, you look left, you look right, up, down, diagonal, everything, it's just land. And I think we walked for an hour plus, we finally get there, my parents posted up, enjoying. They did the same thing on the way back.
Google Maps?
No, nothing's,
So you're just walking?
we just felt like going along with everyone else. But it's pretty much, you just walk. Like, there's nothing else you will see here but the
It's like the
destination.
stories of back in the days, we had no Google Maps.
Yeah,
and
you just,
walking in
honestly,
nature.
Oh, the stars are that way.
Dog, I had my shirt around my head kind of vibes. Like I felt like proper Bear Grylls, yeah. But we're walking. Like I said, they did the same thing on the way back, whatever. And then we spoke about it recently, and we're just looking at it and I'm like, yo, like you guys like really like left us. Do you realize I could have gone left? They're like, yeah. I'm like, and empathy. It's just crazy. I'm like, it's funny that some things our parents do though. It's
It's
just
like
like,
I was testing the stupidity.
You get me?
Are you gonna follow everyone or do you
oh man, it's this experience. There you go. If it was recorded, I should have recorded that one.
I'm trying to send it back to Egypt though.
Yeah.
Like, I used to live in Egypt for a bit.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I like that.
My man, you're so racist. Chocolate, bro, it hurts me till this day.
Of course you took
I think that
There was a song. There's a song about it.
Bob, did you experience the racism too?
Of course.
I think every black person experiences that. So what's it like now? Do you know?
No.
As
I've
the
been there for 1
spokesperson
week.
for the-
I'll let you know when I go back.
Okay, text me back. Yeah. Okay, when you get there for the week.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm trying to
Maybe
go.
they're racist to you. I just get scammed.
Yeah, so everyone's copying it.
Everyone's
It's so
no one's
bad.
safe at that point.
No one's safe,
Yeah,
bro.
I'm definitely trying to go there.
If you're Middle Eastern, they can tell you're Middle Eastern, but they can also tell that you
You're
don't
not.
know.
You don't.
Oh, yeah.
So they scam really hard.
like our family. Immediately they're like, oh, my dad. They're like, yeah, like,
Yeah.
You look Egyptian. Everyone else they're like, you're too white.
Yeah,
There's no way.
it's crazy, man. No, we don't even belong in our own places yet. It's actually crazy to think about. I'll be trying to go back to Nigeria. My parents are like, God forbid.
I finally convinced my dad. He's like, I'll come to Iraq with you. He's
Yeah,
not going.
man. Damn. I'll slide through as well, man. Make a
Come
stop.
in, come
Make a stop in nice.
I would say it's always, you should at least try and go back once. At least to where you were born
So
or
good
where
you
your
did it
family.
twice.
Yeah, I'm so glad I did it twice.
You didn't see the country. You're stuck
Yeah,
in the village.
actually, because the first time that I went, it was more to see family. I was just we were so overwhelmed by the amount of people that were just flooding the house and just.
Rich Australians are coming.
Yeah.
That's literally my laundry. All of my clothes, I came back with my suitcase half empty.
Is this back in Sudan?
Yeah.
I hear that all the
half
time.
empty.
I hear
Like,
that all the time for real. Where they say
When
come
they take
back.
the clothes.
Yeah.
You go to Sudan and get rolled.
Great times. Make a good video. How it's
Say yours, your what?
I've always wondered what it was like for my parents growing up and like all my family friends and stuff. Because like we see the videos of back in the day of like them at school and like they have videos, they have cool videos. But it's like now, what is it like? I can't envision it. Like, what are the main streets like? Like I picture it to be deserty.
Yeah.
Deserty, and like I recently learned about the bins. So if you put out you guys don't have bins?
No.
You just chuck the rubbish out on the road and someone comes and picks it up? Like,
Wait, but you know what? New York is like that too.
what?
Yep. New York. They just all the stores.
Where do you chuck it, Bob?
They just leave it on the side of the street.
Like in plastic.
It was very dirty.
New York is nasty.
Yeah, it was very crazy.
Honestly,
That's why all the rats.
The rats are
Yeah.
cats.
Master Splinter, bro. Yeah, it's crazy. It was crazy.
Like, it makes sense he was training turtles. In New York.
But my family friends, he was saying that he bought a bin. He bought a bin in Sudan and he got stolen.
We've never seen this before.
The guy made this on the Target. The Target
Yeah,
said, "You have money."
Yeah, that was literally it. And I was like, this is so interesting. Like, I don't know the way of life, so that kind of.
Yeah.
That's what you guys are like, there's rubbish everywhere. And like it is just literally desert. Because when we went, we wanted to experience, or the first time that I went, we were in like the city. Second time that I went, it was just my mum and I, and she wanted to go back to the village. So like, home to.
Is it hours away or something?
It is. I think it's only like an hour or two from the airport. And then the main city is probably like half an hour or something like that. But when we went there, I was just so shocked. Firstly, it's hot. There's no trees. So you're literally just walking for ages. It's just heat, no shade, dogs everywhere. The dogs are literally just scattered everywhere, and it's scary. It is scary. The dogs are not scared.
And but also those dogs, you're like, I know if you touch me, I'm diseased.
Exactly.
Bro, those dogs
Stay
are
away,
tax-paying
for sure.
citizens, bro. They're part of society. That's crazy.
But it's just every time I think back, I'm like, I'm glad I did that trip, and I was able to go back, see family, just see how everything is. And it does make you very like grateful for what you have and where you are. Yeah. So
that was me after Egypt. When I came back, I was like, damn, like we have so much luxury here that they don't have at all.
Nah, it's crazy.
Like you don't fear for your life waking up every day.
yeah.
Nah, it's not.
You said travel's a hobby. Then what's the next country that you
This was
like?
that conversation 1 hour ago. I love going off on tangents. I'm so sorry.
That's the way. That's the way. Oh, man.
Yeah. What's the next place that you're like, I really want to see?
Oh, well, I'm going to Egypt and Lebanon soon, but I really want to go to Dubai. I want to film there. I have a little community over there that love my salmon videos.
I love that.
I really want to go there. And America.
Okay, America.
Yeah.
Where specifically though?
I have no idea. So I have a ticket for America that I bought during COVID, and I couldn't go. So I have a ticket waiting for me. But I want to go there with the purpose of like collaborating with people. But like America's huge.
Yeah, right.
So it's like, it's scary to even think of how to start this trip. How do you plan it?
Good shout, Fred.
Where do you go? It's like,
If
do
you
you
want
go
to
to
do
New York?
listeners,
Do you
it's
go
Detroit or New York, and then actually LA.
LA or New York? I feel like, can you do both? Like, is it too much? I don't know.
LA.
So there's very different types of people.
Yeah, but also like what you get with California is everywhere else within California. So obviously you're LA, San Diego, San Francisco, you go to Vegas, so you get experience that. But New York is dope too. But New York, Jersey, like I don't know, it's all those areas like it's a lot of the same for a while around there.
Yeah.
But you see so many different type of landscapes in Cali. Like it's changes within an hour drive, within a 40-minute drive of each other. You know?
Yeah.
But you're right. The types of people you see in California versus in New York.
I feel like
The culture,
authentic people on the East Coast, New York.
Exactly. Yeah. Compared to like a Cali. Yeah. But now I'm thinking, yo, I just want to go back, low key, bro. I'm done with America, but man,
I was in New York last year,
Oh, you
and like,
were?
yeah, and I was just like,
You look nice, man.
it's one of those places where you're like, this place is not amazing. Like it's
Is it as packed as everyone?
packed, for real, yeah. But you're kind of like, this is not beautiful, but it's phenomenal.
No, this is what it is. They've marketed us very, very
Yeah.
well.
Obviously
on the other side of town,
movies,
yeah. Like the thing is like it is the big apple. These are places where dreams are made of kind of thing. but then you realize what people have had to do to make those dreams, or what they've existed in to make the
Yeah,
dreams.
but also sometimes you hear about certain places and you're like, oh my god, terrifying. And then you get there and you're like, bro, they're only scarier than this. I'm literally walking through Harlem and I'm like, this is a nice place, man.
I've heard a lot about some Harlem, man.
Yeah, exactly, right? Godfather of Harlem, all this stuff. And you're like, this is nice. People are really friendly.
It's time.
It's good to experience these things for yourself.
Yeah,
You know, sometimes
100%.
if you can, if you have the
Sometimes you
luxury.
get shot, sometimes you get a good story.
No.
Oh, what?
Alright, wait.
Not bad.
Just vlog everything. Film it.
But see, in America, everyone is so willing to film. Everyone's vlogging, everyone's jumping into your vlog. You pick up the camera and you don't care who's watching you because everyone else is doing it. Over here, it's like, I like lift up the camera like this and people are like looking, I'm like, okay, no, too tired. Can't do it.
It's funny that you're right, because like, yeah, being here, no one really does it here, and then I'll travel, and then I'm like, sometimes a bit like,
People are just scared.
but everyone else is doing it.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, let me just do my thing, man. Yeah. So even when I'm here, I'm like, you know what, stuff it, man. Like, just
That's
do
why I'm
it,
still
man.
shy to do it.
It's tough.
But it's really hard to get out of that, like, what is it? Like a little bubble that you're in of filming and
Yeah.
being embarrassed. I don't know why it's embarrassing. It's because everyone else is judging you. That's
Yeah,
the
for
thing.
sure.
No one is doing it. It's not normal.
I have a fear, not fear, like I could never get myself to be, like, if I'm solo traveling, to give a stranger camera, like, you take photos of me? I'll never do it. Like, I have no photos of myself from
Do you
last
think
year.
they're gonna run away with it?
No, I'm just like, what do you know I'm gonna give you a number that?
When's going to New York? Because he went during summer.
Yeah.
I was there in winter, so
Yeah.
it didn't look as lit. It's just white everywhere, not people, but the snow. It was just bare snow.
Yeah.
So I was like, dog, like, I can't wait to see the photos. What do you mean
He's
this
taking photos of
building,
buildings.
this freaking
The
railway
photos that
station,
goes out.
barely even
I
finished
don't
the
know if you took us from Google Images,
Like,
bro.
yeah,
Like, I want to see you in the photos.
I said, this man wasted New York, bro. Like, what's going on here, man?
I remember one of the messages said, hey, bro.
We even told him.
That was, hey, bro, send us photos, bro. Send us videos of yourself, too.
What is it for you?
Nah, it's
Like-
like,
I give my phone to strangers, like to take photos
I
of
would
me or
love to do
videos,
that.
and I like tell them what to do.
yeah.
I'm like, you're the victim. Sorry. I'm like, okay, up, move, no, left, no. Now just continue vlogging. Okay, now come in a bit.
Yeah, man.
Okay, now can you do it from there? Just move over there. Don't stop videoing. Just keep going.
Just go.
And they're like, what the hell?
Oh my God,
Thank you so
listen.
much. Have a nice day.
Yeah, done.
Did you see that trend on TikTok where they were like, if you're gonna give your phone to someone, give it to an Asian?
I was legit
Because
about to
they put
say
an effort into
Bro.
the photos they take for you. And they were like, they did like a
100%.
whole experiment where they would give it to like Arabs, they would give it to black people, they would give it to whatever, and like everyone was just like, okay, just go.
Yeah,
and
man.
the Asian people would be like,
Bro,
No way.
no, I'll show you guys a photo later on, yeah? An Asian guy took a photo.
For you.
Right? But bro, a middle-aged Asian man. I
Yeah.
never thought, this guy's getting down.
Yeah.
Ankles.
The guy said, move a little bit there, I don't like the background. I said, damn! I said, alright.
That was nice.
Nah, getting angles, you're right, bro.
Yeah.
100%.
I was gonna say,
Positive stereotypes.
you told us that you have nothing on for the rest of this. All that you're in a rush. We said we're taking liberties with that. We've got two
Yeah, bro. I
companies.
said I was not in no rush. I didn't mean 30.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
My stomach is not starting.
I was gonna say, talk to us about maybe a summer character.
I thought he was gonna wrap it up.
But then after that,
this is about fate.
then after that, let's go like, what's the come? You know, what
This is the
people
funnest
interested?
podcast I've ever done. Yeah, talk to me.
Keep talking. Just
We
keep,
do that a lot.
keep saying those things. But yeah, talk to us about summer character, or even just like, yeah, what's to come? A little bit more.
What can we look out for?
Yeah, what can we look out for? That kind of stuff. Yeah.
What more can you look out from me? Definitely want to push my Selma character to do more things for my followers, like not just online,
Yeah,
like
just-
like experience.
Yeah,
I'm all
yeah,
about
yeah.
creating experience.
Why Selma? Why the name Selma? Why not?
Oh, someone picked it. One day
Yeah,
I was
man.
doing a video and someone was like, "Oh, I named this character Selma," and I was like,
Okay.
Me too.
"Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, all right, done.
Yeah,
Sounds good."
yeah.
Like that's check. Tick.
That's
Next.
dope. Yeah, yeah.
That was it. It wasn't some big
Like, yeah,
story.
yeah. It's a good name for it.
Yeah.
It really suits, yeah.
Yeah.
Then I feel bad for all the Selma characters.
Literally.
And because like Selma's rivalry is someone called Mariam. And all the Mariams always like, it's always on us. And why do everyone always speak like this about us? We're not all that bad. And I'm like, I'm so
I
sorry.
like that. That's funny. Like, she's literally got her own persona and her own beef now.
That Mariam name needs to be retired from the community.
But it's a beautiful name.
I have 3 girl cousins on my dad's side, 2 of them are.
But that's what makes it great. Like, there's just so many of them. So like they just get reactions.
Facts.
Beautiful.
Who's next? Who wants to be?
Yeah, oh my god.
Who's my next rivalry?
Muhammad as well, yeah. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so I'll build that up a little more, a bit more.
Yeah, like I feel like people want to see her more, so I'm gonna really focus on giving people what they want. And I really want to get into the podcast.
Yeah.
Yes. Do it.
Definitely do it.
Yeah, but I just don't know what to touch base on. I don't know if I want to educate people. Don't know if I want to like have fun. The reason I want to do a podcast is because when I travel, as I do travel a lot, I'm very extroverted. I love meeting people, so I want to be able to collab with people over there, get them on my page, just have a laugh.
Yeah.
Like see the other side of it. Just kind of like what you guys
are
do.
That's the purpose right there, then. You know, like it's really sometimes never that deep in terms of like.
It's just having different conversations.
Everyone,
People from different places.
You just gotta do it.
You just gotta do it.
Everyone always asks us, what's your podcast about? I'm like, yeah, look.
Everything.
That was a bad question. Everything under the sun.
So you don't have like a niche where you just kind of pick the person.
That is what makes it harder for us.
It makes it harder to grow.
100%. But for us, it's a beautiful
fun.
experience because if it's a finance podcast, we're getting everyone on that does finance. You know what I mean? And we're literally just talking about finance the whole time. But it's like I get to hear about your experience. We're talking about summer character, all this other stuff. And then we'll talk to someone. Yeah, we'll talk to someone that is a mom, and that's all that's popping. We'll talk to
people
someone.
would come to your page because of the people that you're probably going to interview, and they know your vibe.
Yeah,
they know
exactly.
immediately like, oh, it's going to be funny, and I like that person they're interviewing.
That's literally what it is. So we realized that's what our niche is actually just
good vibes.
Yeah, what we bring, and then the people that they get to experience through that, and that's all it is.
Hey, have you guys heard of George Janko?
Who would I?
George Janko. The one that used to be on Logan Paul's.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know his last name.
Oh, yeah, George Janko. So I've been watching him for ages, and he just came out with like a podcast in America. He interviews, actually, I don't even know if it's America, I think so. But he kind of does what you do, but his version with all like those YouTubers and all that elite people from there. And I don't know, it just kind of reminds me of that. And it's so exciting. You guys should check him out.
Yeah, no, I like he's good. He's
I like his
fun.
stuff, and he also brings in the faith twist really nice.
Yeah,
that's a big thing for him. So
I mean, that was a big thing why he ended up having the rift with the Impulsive podcast. Right? Yeah, man. All right, well, people hopefully tap into that. Look forward to some character being built up. More events.
Social.
The social.
Let us know. You guys will be invited.
Say it no more.
I'm invited to the wedding. Silence.
I guess, yeah.
I was like, I don't think she knows how soon this is right now. I was like, this is very soon happening. Oh man,
thank you for jumping on and being willing to do this as well. It means a lot to us as well.
Thanks. Okay. Wow. No, you guys are amazing, like people. You're so kind, and you know what I love most about this is your vibe. Keep doing what you're doing. It is going to amazing places.
Alright, I'm gonna do a quick job.
Hey, thank you for joining us.
I've been practicing that for so long.
Hey, you know it. Chill.
Hey, thank you for joining us for another episode of Disruption Podcast. You can follow Veronica right there on all the social accounts and whatnot. Make sure you hit stepone.life /thedisruption. Get yourself some boxers or underwear or whatever you want. And they make good gifts too. And make sure you like and subscribe on this. Peace out.
Love. That's us.